how does that quote go? These are the weeks where decades happen. So it's kind of exciting um,
It
for
has
me.
definitely been an interesting week
Yeah, because I've been
in
really
Iran
thinking.
politics.
Yeah, for global politics in general, I've been really thinking the long term consequences of this. My TikTok kind of focused on like the past of this, like how we were sold. Because I've been trying to like over the last I guess ever since the war started, really been wondering like what was the pitch? Like how was it pitched to Trump, right? And like General Kane, the Joint Chiefs of Staff chairman, literally went to the news networks, was like, "Yeah, I tried every single fucking thing." Talking to the Secretary of State, talking to the Vice President, talking to the President, talking to the Defense Secretary, like, and I try to warn
Mhm.
every single one of them that we cannot do this. This will end the American Empire, and none of them fucking listened. So I have to go and whistleblow to the American media to hopefully that they will create enough pressure. Maybe the Democrats will create enough pressure. Little does he fucking know that the Democrats are bought out by the Israeli lobby too.
Right. So
So
they're
uh,
fully into it.
there was no going to be like none
They
of
had to
that happening.
posture a little like, oh, he didn't come to us per permission,
Right,
of
it's the
course,
procedure, but the procedure's not being
But the
followed. But Iran's
procedure.
a bad
Yeah.
guy, so
But now Republicans are doing that because they're like, oh, this deal has to go through Congress. I've heard, which is funny
yes,
to me. Like,
yes,
but not to go to war. Like, okay,
right,
yeah,
and we'll get to that. We'll get to that, like, and how the Democrats should be behaving, but they're fucking obviously being morons about this and not behaving the correct way, anyways. But
yeah. They're like,
to
no, we should
digress,
have more forever war. Like, keep it going.
right?
I,
Which is
I
like, what?
assume. I honestly don't know what they're saying. Like I said, I
Yeah,
haven't
they're
really
gonna fuck it up. They're
little.
gonna fuck it up. Like
It's
this
ridiculous.
was
So
the easiest.
it's like what do we stand for?
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Like,
exactly, 100%, 100%. You've kind of hit the nail on the head for the Democrat side. It's because yes, and I'm gonna say my words very carefully. The American public is very dumb. They are fucking incredibly
not
stupid
you
when it comes
choosing your
to
words carefully.
yeah. Like, well, when it comes to politics,
Mhm.
the American there is a huge swath of voters that are uninformed voters, right? They go, my grandfather voted for Republicans, my dad voted for Republicans, I'm voting for Republicans. Hey, what does your fucking senator, your representative, your governor stand for? I have fucking no idea. Right? You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
TikTok I literally just sent you about the fucking minimum wage.
Oklahoma.
Like,
Yeah.
you look at that, you go, you
Yeah, for
don't want more
reference,
money?
apparently everyone in or apparently in Oklahoma, the raising the minimum wage got voted
Is
down. Like
radical.
a referendum on it, like got
Yes.
voted down. So like
Yeah.
the referendum is in. It went out to all the voters in Oklahoma, and they
Yes.
said no.
No.
Just
Right.
basically.
So again, and why? Because Oklahoma is the 50th state out of 50 for the lowest education. So
Yeah.
there's a huge correlation, and that's why I say that, right? Like Americans are dumb. They don't understand. But but they can tell when the vibes are off, right? Like when you're fucking with them, they go like, okay, yeah,
We're very
you're straight up
perceptive
lying.
of the
Like
vibes.
you don't fucking like. They look at the
Yeah.
Democrats, they go like, you stand for nothing. I
Mhm.
I know what the Republicans stand for. They fucking stand for like American greatness. They're never gonna get there. It's all a fucking lie. I think Americans do realize that, but then they go like, "But at least I fucking know like what they're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like,
Yeah.
what is it?"
Yeah.
But anyways, so we got off way topic. What I was saying, um, I've been thinking how this was sold. Like, what was the pitch that that BB gave to Trump in that 4 hour long meeting they had, right? Uh, and it came to the conclusion that like he probably was like, listen, this dude is old. He is the supreme leader. You're gonna go in there. you're gonna, and okay, actually, before I finish that thought, I've been thinking about what you said last time when you asked me the question about uh, when you heard that Al Jazeera interview in Lebanon and they were like, "Oh, fuck Hezbollah." So I kind of did a little bit,
Sorry.
not too much.
Mhm.
I went and explored a little bit of like the formation of like why Hezbollah came to be. Obviously, we know it came because Israel invaded in the 80s and held that territory for a very, very long time. And then obviously when there's a invasion, there has to be some sort of counter force that occurs to it. But what happened before that? So, like, and then kind of thinking, like, well, why would somebody be against somebody that's trying to protect their land, protect their house, protect their lives, right? Because Israel is like, we're going to just take like 20, 30 miles, 50 miles, or whatever they want to take into Lebanese territory. Like, you're going to
Mhm.
lose your house. Like, it's not going to just stop at the Litani River. They're going to want the whole thing. Like, that's just the normal course of action. That's just what's going to happen. They want to go to war with Turkey, so they want to have no in between you. Um,
Right.
like, how do you not think about that? Apparently, there was a huge sectarian violence that occurred before Israel took over. Now, was that caused by Mossad? I don't know that answer. I don't know that deep into it. But there was a huge, like almost a civil war that happened within the Lebanese society, and Israel took advantage of this.
Okay.
Right, so there was infighting within Israel, I mean within Lebanon and
Lebanon.
southern
Yeah.
Lebanon, that was weakening both sides, and then Israel took advantage of that
Do you
weakness and
know
took
what it
over.
was about? Like what the
I
sects were?
didn't
Is it
Yeah,
like
I think it's uh it's a deeply diverse society. There's a lot of Christians and Muslims, so it probably has something to do with along the lines of religion, as well as it was a former French, French colony. So there's probably remnants of like the identity to France, and I know France really cares about Lebanon to an extent. They still have a lot of relationships in there. So I'm assuming again, like I didn't do too deep. I was like, oh, there was like a little bit of sectarian.
yeah, I was
um
just curious. Interesting.
yeah, I didn't pay too much attention because like all the other stuff was happening. So it probably somewhere along the line of like religion, as it always is. Or that's just how the colonial projects work. They divide. You could just look at Rwanda with the Tutsis and the what's the other one that I forget, man. It's the Tutsis and who else in Rwanda?
I'm sorry, I'm looking up the Tootsies in the. I just had it too.
Why can't I fucking think of it right now? Oh my god.
and
Hutus.
yes.
The Hutus. Yeah, so it's they pitted them against each other. So it's kind of like the colonial the project. So I'm sure that that kind of carried on even after France
You're
left.
talking about the
Uh,
Lebanese Civil War,
when was that?
1975 to 1990.
Yes, there you go. That's probably
Okay.
what it was. So it took they took advantage of that, and then Hezbollah came from probably from one faction of that, right? And oh,
We don't have to go through this.
There's huge Druze population in there. Okay. So yeah, so it's some sort of like a cultural religious thing right there, and then there's Lebanese Christians, Sunni Muslims. Um, uh,
Well, I mean, this was a pretty major
yeah, yeah,
religious diversity of the Lebanese people.
right. Um, and
Christians and Sunni Muslims.
I'm sure like there's gonna be some somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely
And,
multifaceted. I mean, I know I'm like sidetracking. I just think this is an interesting thing to follow up on. So it's definitely like very
and look right
multifaceted.
there. And look right there, fighting between Lebanese Christian militias and Palestinian insurgents, mainly from the PLO, which again
Mhm.
would go to show you that the probably the Lebanese Christian militia do support Israel because they're fighting against the Palestinian insurgents, right? So
Sure.
they see Hezbollah
Or at
as
least at
tied
the
with the
time.
PLO.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm sure that's still around.
Yeah.
That's still a thing somewhere. So we like to think, that oh, Muslim country, oh, all barbarians, all Islam, but that's never the case. There's majority of these countries are highly diverse.
Yeah. I mean, none of these countries are fully, like, nobody fully practices Islam. I mean, like you said, I'm
No,
really just
not at all.
reiterating that they're
Yeah.
hugely, you know,
Um, yeah.
hugely diverse.
There's
With
Zoroastrianism.
Iran, there's
Yeah.
I mean, there's Jewish populations, there's Christian populations, and
Eh,
Israel has committed violence against both of those in both of these countries.
yeah,
So,
and are still committing violence against them today. And so
not to say
Palestinian.
that it matters any more than violence they're committing against other,
Yeah.
against
Yeah. So
Muslims,
I
but
so I guess that's where that kind of answers our question, right? Your question, like, well, there's probably a lot of those people that hate the Palestinians, the remnants of those people, and then by default they kind of hate Hezbollah. They're like, well, no, we back Israel to continue like wipe out these people because they've been our enemy since like 1975, right?
yeah.
So that's that answered that question.
Well, sure. I mean,
Um,
on our end too, you can't just assume that everybody from a particular place feels the same way. I mean,
yeah,
that's a
yeah.
little stupid to assume, no matter on what side.
Nobody's a monolith. No society
Yeah.
is a monolith. Yeah. So I've been thinking like, well, how it was sold, and I think Israel probably went to Trump like this guy's 80 years old. He's the referee. Um, he's running the whole country. If we just take him out, there's this bubbling of society because like right now, if you look at the Iranian support for the supreme leader, it fluctuates somewhere from like 15% to 25%, 30%, right? When there's an attack on Iran, it bumps up, but when there isn't an attack on Iran from the outside forces, it goes down, right? Because
Mhm.
Iran's a um heavily sanctioned country. So like when the economic crisis, uh, when your economic environment doesn't flourish, you look to blame somebody, and you usually blame the person that's in charge, right? So you go like, oh, it's the RGC because the RGC is immensely wealthy. It's in every economic facet of the Iranian society, and then the guy in charge is obviously the supreme leader. So you start to blame that. So I think that's how it was sold to Donald Trump. Like, hey, look, we're gonna take this guy out, and then like all these different factions are just gonna start fighting each other, and in like 2 weeks, they're just gonna create this whole. We're just gonna create the environment for the Iranian people to come rise up and take over. We kept hearing that over and over and over and over and over again. Um,
Sure.
and they wanted to get the Iraqi Kurds and the Turkish Kurds and the Kurds within Iran to rise up and go attack themselves. I think that's something that's been coming up a lot. One of the Israeli analysts said as much so that Israel is going crazy over Donald Trump. By the way, there's so many text messages coming saying that they're saying like, oh, we're going to join Iran in the "Death to America" chants now. Like they're fucking screaming it. It's going crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, but to your
Uh,
point, I remember at the beginning there was a lot of talk about that, about
yes,
the Kurds rising up or recruiting Kurdish people from other countries to,
yes.
like,
To go
yeah,
fight. Yes.
yeah,
Um, One of the Israeli analysts in the Mossad said that Donald Trump told them not to go in.
interesting.
That's believe it or not believe it, I don't know, but that's something that's coming out. Like the Israel was preparing and providing them weapons and money for them to go into Iran to create more chaos on the
But
ground.
even if they did just go ahead and do that, why does that mean we had to do it too, or we had to support them in it? Like, I don't get where that part comes in.
I
Like,
think, but that's
especially
like,
if he was aware enough to be like, no, don't do that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
I
think
don't know,
at
it's a
least,
little suspicious to me.
yeah. At least maybe he listened to some of his people, but like, no, you can't send boots on the ground. Like that can't
Because
happen. This,
that's almost worse to be like no, and then be like, okay, well, if you're doing it, I guess I'm doing it too. It
yeah,
looks weaker than
yeah,
to just be like, okay, I guess I guess we'll do it too.
yeah. Yeah. Uh, so I think part of it comes from this, like, they expected us to just go along with whatever plan Israel has, is because, like, the hubris of this whole situation, like, that they fed off of from Biden. Oh, and some of the people that I've been seeing tweets too, he's like, Biden, please help us. Biden, please help us. Biden, please come back. Like, the Israelis are tweeting
Nice.
this. It's simple as this, because Biden didn't honor any red lines. We created a red line for the Israelis. They violated it, and we go, okay, well, sure, next red
No, I
line,
get it.
and they
I mean, he was
violated
just
that.
rolled over all the time, and
Yeah,
they didn't really have any sort of policy other than continue.
exactly.
Or,
Anthony
yeah.
Blinken didn't do anything, so just goes to show you why. Again, it always comes back to why Kamala Harris lost. This is why Kamala Harris lost, because the Israeli hubris got so big that they didn't check their attack dog. They just didn't do it. They just let their attack dog kind of run wild, and they just kind of, like, held on to the leash and just ran with the dog, right? Like, instead of pulling back on the leash, they just let the dog go. Um, and when Americans, again, as uneducated as they are, they check the vibes. They go like, "Yeah, you're fucking stupid. Like, you are as racist as you want to be, as a lot of Americans are." They look at all the death and destruction Israel caused in Gaza. They go like, "Yeah, I'm not with this." Like, like you, something changes in you when you see limbs of children's flying around, or, like, just children dying from starvation. You know how, like, painful it is to die from starvation. That's not like
Yeah.
a instant thing. That's like months of, like, starving
Yeah, it's egregious
constantly.
violence.
Yeah, like, so I think Americans saw that. They were like, yeah, nah, this is too much. This is too much. um so how can you expect to vote for the same thing to continue? And that's the simplest answer, that the autopsy, I saved the DNC billions of dollars. I just gave you the answer. This is why you lost the election. You let a genocide happen, and you didn't stop it. So le- today, so we have something, and it's a glorious day for our Lord and Savior Donald Trump. I know you don't want to praise him. Hey, he can have 10 ballrooms across the fucking country. If he's in Mar-a-Lago, he gets a ballroom in Mar-a-Lago. If he's
Oh
in
my god.
fucking, and every single one of his golf courses, that water, that water at the fucking, the reflection pool is fucking blue. It's pristine blue. It's clear. I
Sure,
can
yeah.
see dirt. If somebody tells me it's a
Obviously.
fucking green, it's not fucking green. It's not green.
Okay, I think you're doing
It's
too much.
blue.
I mean,
It's blue.
this was optional. He didn't need to join this war in the first place. So like,
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
and I know
Uh,
what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
what do you think I'm gonna say?
Well, ultimately, this like weakens Israel more, right? So like, it's
Yes.
far more of an achievement than any Democrat has ever gotten from the leftist
Yes.
perspective. So yes, I do
Yes.
understand that. I've thought about that. I know.
Yes.
It's just like,
Yes.
I don't know if praise is where we need to go.
That's one part of it.
I just saw a Mehdi Hassan tweet that said basically the same thing. Where did he go?
Uh, yes, but
He
that's
says,
part of
I see
why.
lots of fellow leftists and people in the Middle East saying Biden never spoke about Israel or Iran the way Trump and Vance are this week. Okay, fair. But to be even fair, Biden didn't start a war with Iran either. You can't praise Trump for the way he is ending this war unless you condemn him first for starting the damn thing. And I'm kind of inclined to agree, even though I do see the benefits that
Listen,
you see. I mean,
so
I don't
I
know how
made
else. Go ahead.
no, I made a joke yesterday
Mm-hmm.
when I first got the news that well, one, Israel requested the MOU before it was signed, and the United States was like, "Fuck no, you can't have it."
Yeah.
Which, again, you gotta, hey, props where props are due. You gotta give the
Well,
props there.
so I assume we're going to talk about these Hormuz letter tweets that
Uh,
say the thing
so
suspended. Because I assume
yes, we
that's
will talk
not
about that.
true. That's not correct.
It's true.
They're
It's
suspended. Okay, so why are
they're
we talking about
saying
this? They're
they're saying
suspended.
it. They're saying that if, because Israel attacked Beirut.
Yeah, I mean,
today.
I of course believe that part, but I mean, they're
Yeah,
gonna
so
tank
they're
the
going
whole
like,
thing. I don't know.
so it's up to Trump now, basically. But we're getting ahead of,
Mhm.
like, we're
Okay,
getting ahead of it.
sorry.
So part of it is it does hurt Israel, and that's why they're fucking screaming right now. Ben Gvir, Bezalel Smotrich, Yair Lapid, and Naftali Bennett, like the Yoav Gallant, like they're all fucking going bananas.
Yeah,
Like
the
I've sent
whole
you some of the
yeah,
tweets.
the whole cabinet memorized.
Oh no, some of them. Well, so Yoav Gallant is running to be the next prime minister. And I think he's part of the Likud's party, but I don't know the parties. I know some of the members, and
Well,
then
and so they're further to the right on this. Is that?
Golan is supposed to be the leftist,
Mhm.
but in terms of this, he's to the right of Bibi Netanyahu. I don't know how that fucking works. The only answer is
Just
the entire fucking
I don't know.
society is full of Nazis. Like it's a Nazi society. Like it just is. Like they like domestically they're leftist, like or center left, but like foreign policy wise, they go it's Jewish supremacy. Fuck everybody else.
Well, right. I was
It's
about to say. I
just
mean, it's an
the earth
apartheid
belongs to the
state,
Jews.
so just inherently,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can't really be a leftist in an apartheid state
No,
and
uh,
still support the state. You know.
yeah, yeah. But I think like in terms of being a leftist, it's more of leftist towards like the Hasidic Jews and like the portion of the Israeli population that goes like we will not join the IDF. Like that's not something we will do. That we will not be forcefully conscript. Oh my
Okay,
god, I
so
can't say the word.
he's
Um,
conscripted. So he's
yeah,
for
it's
not
conscripted.
like
So he's like, okay,
lessening
whatever.
punishments for that, or not having any
Yeah,
sort of punishment for that.
yeah, because that's a
Interesting.
lot of the stuff that's been happening right now, as and the local police has been like beating those that section of the population up, like
Conscientious like, objectors, I suppose you'd
yeah,
call them.
pretty much, and a lot of the teenagers that are graduating. So there is hope for the Israeli society. Yeah, a lot of the teenagers there are actually speaking out against the Israeli and the IDF and the Israeli government because of Gaza. They're like, no, what we're doing here is wrong. We
Yeah.
are like if you've taught us never again, that means never again for everybody, not just for the Jews. So the Israeli police is actually beating them up in the streets, and we're talking about teenagers,
Hmm.
and like a lot of older people,
Not a
because
good
a
look.
huge population is Jewish population, like outside of Tel Aviv, like they don't work. They don't
Hmm.
work. They spend a lot of their times just reading the Torah and like just interpreting the Torah and stuff like that, right? Um, which we take care, our tax dollars take care of their housing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but going back to our original thing, so like you have Galan is not you have Galan, Golan something. He's to the left, and then you have
Hmm.
like Yair Lapid, who is far right. Like that's a far right guy. That's a
Hmm.
literal reincarnation of fucking Goebbels. Like that's who that is. And that's and then same thing with like Ben Gvir. That's another party that's there.
Yeah.
So they're all fucking going insane. But it hurts Israel's in this term. The other thing why I think this deal is really good, um, is if this deal, this MOU, is signed and is stuck to, and then it leads to in 60 days in Geneva to a actual signed deal, and the United States honors this deal, and the next couple of presidents honor this deal, in 10 years' time, Iran will be a superpower.
Yeah, I said that the other day.
Iran will surpass Russia as probably the third largest power in the world. Um, they have a natural resource that the world wants.
Hmm.
They've already started promising that they're going to integrate a lot of their electrical grid to Qatar, and they've already making deal with UAE. Saudi is the other big country that they're gonna want to make a deal with, which eventually will happen because Saudi will recognize like, yeah, we can't fight our own neighbor. We'll get fucking shit on instantly. Um, UAE is not happy with Pakistan because Pakistan is like really supporting Iran in this endeavor. So if they've taken a $10 billion loan that they gave them back, and Iraq has been helping Iran in this fight. They've been targeting a lot of the American bases in Iraq. So a lot of the American
Mhm.
Iraqi forces have been going there too. So that's one side. They have a resource that the world really really needs. As much as we want to get away from oil, we're not doing that anytime soon.
Sure.
Um, the other part is Iranian society is highly educated, highly, highly educated. Their women are like they almost. I think this is like a 96% literacy rate, and a lot of them go to college. They're engineers, they're doctors, they're philosopher, economists. Iran's a highly, highly educated society, and if there are no sanctions, which is the Article 7 of the MOU says that all sanctions will be lifted. That means Iran will be able to integrate um,
And this is just the
integrate
AI overview, but it says overall adult female literacy rate in Iran is
is 85.
85.
Compare that to America's, it's a fucking night and day difference. So we like to say like, oh, we suppress the Iranian women are suppressed, and yes, we're not saying they're not. They're not suppressed. They are indeed suppressed. Um, I don't think that's true. I don't agree with the 99%. I don't think that. I don't believe that at all.
We'll have to get an actual
Maybe
source.
like it's like I think it's like like high school education wise it's possible, like they are able to read and write, um but I'm morely thinking of like higher education, like you know what I mean, like college plus master's degrees, doctoral degrees. um I
I mean,
think
I
if you
just
were just
don't.
to
I
look at
don't
that,
think you 99%. I'm pretty sure
I
we
don't think that's
don't have
real.
a literacy rate overall that high.
I don't think so.
So now I
Maybe like
don't
some
trust. I
European
don't
countries.
trust the other number either now.
But I
No.
mean,
Oh,
even then,
okay.
like
Casual, like no, no data. What
nothing.
is
Yeah,
that?
but again, though,
Um,
like I mean, a lot of people, like I'm sure you've been watching videos today. They're like, oh, I'm 19 years and I've never been to college. I've never been to anything. I'm a wife and I'm a mom. Like, and I'm happy where I am. Right? You've been seeing all these TikTok videos lately, right? Like,
okay, so
sure,
it does
these
say
girls have
85.
graduated.
It does say
Um,
85%. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the metrics because that is kind of an ongoing problem where we're finding people like graduate, like I guess they can technically
read
probably
and write,
are listed as being able to read and write, but they're not able to read a sentence and comprehend what it says.
but not even
Like,
that. I'm mainly just focusing on like the rates of engineers, doctors, like higher level STEM educations, mathematics. You
yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
mean, it's
Um,
different. I don't understand why we just didn't report. Like, I
I
don't
don't.
get it.
I think we're just not reporting at all. Anyways, a lot of that stuff is just kind of like whatever. But like yeah,
All
like
right,
you
I'm
go
gonna
to
stop sharing this. I might keep looking at it, but I'm gonna stop
yeah,
sharing.
but you can go to college and then like be a major in arts degrees and like do nothing with it. You know what I mean? Like not to say that like there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying like in terms of like leading a country into success, you need the engineers, you need the doctors, you need the lawyers, the philosophers, the
Of course.
philosophers and the mathematicians, right? So you can have
Mhm.
a high literacy rate, but like they are highly successful in that area. And the other thing is, once these sanctions are lifted, they are able to integrate a lot more around the world with Europe because they've always wanted to do that. Iran has always wanted to do that, even after the Islamic Revolution. Iran has always wanted to do that. Plus, the injection of like huge amounts of cash coming from the United States with $300 billion, plus $10 billion from the UAE, plus being able to charge a toll, which is also part of the MOU that the United States is allowing them to do, which is going to generate about $10 billion a year. As well as, and this is just another one of those breaking news that came out yesterday, China is saying they are going to go fully integrate into Iran and provide as much humanitarian aid as they need. So
Mhm.
they're gonna
Build
get a
themselves an
huge,
ally, a powerful ally.
a very powerful ally, a powerful ally that punched the United States in the face and gave it a bloody nose and walked
Mhm.
out. Oh, we have to talk about this. What do you think of the symbolism here, by the way? Signing the fucking deal at the Palace of Versailles.
I don't know. What do you mean? Go ahead, tell me.
that's that's where World War II ended. That's where they signed the
Okay.
deal.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry.
come
I
on,
don't
that's
know
huge.
history enough. I guess.
Like,
My bad.
okay, we'll pull that up. We have to talk about that a little bit. Uh, Ryan Grimm was tweeting about this all day today. He was
Bro,
like,
I
"Oh,
have not done,
the
looked at anything today.
the
I
Treaty of
don't know.
Versailles. You've heard of the Treaty of Versailles.
Yes, yes, I know.
What do
I
you think
don't
when it
know
was
the exact
signed?
palace that they were in. I'm sorry for having a
It was
history
signed in
block.
Versailles.
Okay, what do you want to look at? Treaty of Versailles?
Yeah. So this is where World War I was signed. It was signed in a train car. Um, but this is where Germany surrendered
Well,
to
with
the Allied
14
forces.
points, so is that why we have 14 points?
I don't know. But I think it's just kind of funny that like Trump doesn't know the history and the symbolism of this because this is where Germany signed the deal and
Well,
surrendered.
Trump and I
And
know the same, I guess. Yeah.
how do you feel? How do you feel that you
I
have
mean,
the same intellectual as the president of the United States?
I guess I could be president.
Well, yeah, out of the two of us, you got the chance. But yeah,
No,
so I think it's
that's not what
funny.
I'm talking about. I just mean apparently I'm smart enough.
Right. But I think it's kind of funny the symbolism here. Like, I don't think he realizes, like, oh, this is where Germany surrendered, and this is where I'm surrendering um, to Iran here, right?
Hmm.
Um, and it's gonna be kind of funny because we're gonna see JD Vance soon enough, and in the next couple minutes, jump through hoops to try to sell this as anything but like a complete surrender to Iran. But China is looking at this and they're going
Yeah.
like, yeah, big dog, you fucking did this. Like you fucked them up. Like you got this. Hey, you deserve our praise, bro. I think China's probably looking at this like going like, oh, we have our own attack dog essentially now. Like, like if anybody goes to fuck with us, hey, shut that fucking shit down again, brother. Hey, shut that straight down. Like
Yeah.
um. So
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think this whole thing is funny. But that's why I think this
I
deal is so
guess.
important. Anyways, so for our part of the equation, why are we talking about all this, right? Besides from the fact that this is a huge deal, that Iran, if left alone to its devices, will become a superpower in the next 10 years, which is a massive deal. It took China like 50 years to do it. It took us 250 years to do it. um, Iran has the capability and the positioning to be able to do this in the next 10 years, I would say easily, um, and which is a direct threat to Israel. Uh, but there's a part of this, the, these fucking NatSec, War Dog, American exceptionalism TikTokers that I follow. Um, I was listening to him. Have you ever seen Peaky Blinders?
Mhm.
Okay, when the Italians are going after the blinders, the Shelby family, right?
Sure.
And then they're making a deal with Alfie, Tom Hardy's character in there. He's the Jewish guy.
Okay.
Okay, so they're like
I've
doing a
seen very little
negotiation.
of it, so I don't
Okay,
know, but I have seen it. Part of it.
but when Luca Changretta, the Italian guy, the villain, is making a deal with Alfie, who plays the Jewish character, um, Alfie keeps they're doing a negotiation, right? And Alfie keeps asking for all these crazy shit over and over and over and over fucking again, and it just keeps escalating, and the Italians keep going like, sure, whatever, take whatever you want, you just gotta help us kill the Shelby family. And like halfway through that negotiation, Alfie, Tom Hardy, realizes like, oh, they're gonna kill me. Like they're gonna kill me afterwards. Like that's why they're
Hmm.
promising me all this crazy stuff. He's saying the same thing, like, oh, we're promising Iran like all this crazy stuff, because in once this is kind of all died down and the market's kind of stabilized, oil's prices come down, the Dow kind of goes up, right there, and we're gonna come back and we'll get an easy W in Cuba after the midterms are over, and we see like, oh, everything stabilized and the Republican Trump got his W, right? after the midterms are done, and then like it's not too bad of a blow to him, and then maybe they still are able to maintain control of somewhat of the House and somewhat of the Senate, they're going to go back and finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Food for thought. It's a possibility. If that happens, would I be surprised by it? Fuck no. Like that seems like a complete American thing to do.
Right. I mean,
You know,
it's a little suspicious. All of
it's
this.
very suspicious.
I mean,
On the other hand, the deal is so good that I think like nobody wants to fuck it up at the same time, right? Because America doesn't lose anything here, right? And this is kind of
right.
what I
I
was going
mean,
to
Trump
say.
wants to stop the economic disaster, and I mean, he said that.
Yeah,
He said if we don't do something, if we don't
4
stop
weeks
this,
out.
the economy is going to collapse. He basically, I don't know if those were his exact words, but I know he
Pretty
said
much.
something along those lines.
Pretty much.
So,
You're 99% on. And where was I going to go with this is I made a joke yesterday. I was like, "Oh, how do you feel that America took a loss?" But then I really thought about it. I was like, did America really lose? Like, what did America lose here? Like, aside from like
do
what
you
the
think
Democrats
this
are
was?
saying.
Do you think this was a clever ploy on the Trump
No,
administration
no,
to release itself from the clause of Israel? Like, is that what you're trying to say? They were like, we need
no.
to like.
I don't think
Trump was like,
thinks
they have
that
too
far.
much blackmail on me. They have to go.
No, I don't think Trump thinks that far.
I don't think so either. I'm just.
I think this is again the where the Democrats are dropping the ball. They're going to let him get this as a W because and I made a TikTok about this early in the week. We are about to witness Trump's superpower. Right? Like we are about to like witness him do what he does best, and it is blame somebody else for the fuck up that he created. Right? So somebody will bite the bullet here if he falls back on it too much. If it doesn't work, then he's blaming Israel already. He's already blamed at the G7 summit. He's already blamed Bibi. Like, hey, you're getting a little too excited. Bibi gets too excited sometimes, right? Like, it's gonna be at the feet of Netanyahu. And if that really doesn't work, and he doesn't like that it's not working, then it will probably see Hexeth gone, right? Because that's the next guy. Like that's gonna be like, hey man, like you're supposed to win me this war, you fucking lost. And what's one thing Trump hates the most is losers. He hates losers. He hates losing. Right. So that's a possibility. If the BB play doesn't work, if the Israel play doesn't work, then it's going to be Hexeth head in the chopping block. It's going to be some of his security apparatus, whether it's the DNI, the new DNI chair, or the CIA, or whoever. It was like, hey, you guys didn't make this work. You were supposed to make this work, and you guys didn't do it. But yeah, what's interesting is I just want to see where this goes now, in terms of like what Trump does now, because we know Israel will try to spoil this, right? Like it's only a tentative
they're
agreement.
continuing to bomb. I mean,
Yeah,
in doing that, they're kind of inherently trying to do that.
sabotage this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, and we see their reactions, so they're not pleased.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think what Trump is gonna see, and it might be a good idea for the Iranians that once they get to Switzerland, right? Once like that part happens, and then they're sitting across directly from each other to move to the next step. If the Iranians go like, listen, man, we're gonna offer you a Trump Tower. You're gonna be able to fucking look at the Strait of Hormuz. You can build a Trump Tower there, right? Because that's all he cares about. Like, how much would it cost to build a Trump Tower there? They're giving him $300 million, $1 billion, right? And 10 billion from UAE. They're gonna be like, well, we're just gonna give you this $10 billion as a gift, and you can build the Trump Tower there, and then just that's part of it. What I kind of am alluding to here, and what I mean by this is, it would be a good idea for the Iranians, and they have to be careful doing this, they have to do it in a way China did it. They have to be able to infuse the global capital into their own society to be able to build the country up. And at the same time, this could be a W for Donald Trump. And then this might be the reason I'm saying this is Trump can sell this to help him win the elections. Be like, hey, look, we've opened up a market we've opened up for a market of 91 million people to American businesses. Right? There's 91 million people out there in the country of Iran that American businesses can go, whether it's construction or anything, cloth, Persian rugs, whatever, right? Like American businesses can go there and boost the fuck out of the economy. That's not a small market that we're looking at. That's
Tech,
91 million people.
I'm sure.
Tech, of course, right?
It's probably the biggest driver.
Shipping, they need to build so much. Iran needs to build so much. They need materials, right? Like, so hey,
so
I'm
you're
gonna
suggesting it's
do it.
another wealth transfer in that so this
Well,
300 billion that we're giving to Iran to rebuild is just going to come back into private American companies.
No, I think it's yeah, in a way. But what I'm saying is this is another reason uh, to not fuck this deal up. Right? Trump could be thinking about it this way. And if I'm Iran, I should be thinking about it this way, right? Like it doesn't like if it hurts both countries if the war continues. Iran gets fucked up. United States, it gets fucked up economically. The only country that wins out of them both of these fighting is Israel, right? If both of these countries stop fighting and they can both benefit, the only one that loses is Israel in this equation. So if I'm Iranian and I really want to, if I'm IRGC commander and I want to keep control of Iran and not go through like an internal upheaval, you don't give a fuck. Like, listen, right now, perfect example, right? If Trump came out today and he was like, fuck Obamacare, I'm scrapping the whole thing, I'm doing Trump care, it's going to be socialized medicine. You don't fucking pay for anything. We're getting rid of all these pharmaceutical companies because he could do it if he fucking wanted to do it. He has the clout to do it.
Sure, I mean,
Me
it would be popular.
me and you would
on the
both
right.
praise him. Me and you would both praise him. He's a fucking fascist pedophile. We fucking hate him. But if he did that, you would be going like, okay, yeah. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. T-care, Trump care, whatever you want to call it. TC, whatever it is.
Trump care.
It would be Trump care. But I'm just saying, right? Like, me and you would not care. Would me and you wouldn't be like, oh no, I can't have that free healthcare. Can't have it.
Right.
Just because it has Trump's name in it, we wouldn't give a fuck. So same thing applies for the people of Iran, right? Like if the IRGC is like building hospitals, building schools, building universities, building infrastructure for the Iranian people, they're not gonna be like, oh, okay, this is the Islamic Republic. Fuck that. Like, oh, they're oppressing. No, they're like, yo, my living conditions are fucking better. They're not really gonna care. So if I'm the IRGC, if I'm the mullahs in the political class in Iran, I'd be trying to sell this like, hey, listen, we're gonna work with American company because they've always wanted to do that. They've always wanted to do that, right? Because why would they? Why do I say that? Because they haven't since 1970 after Mossadegh was overthrown and the Shah was overthrown, right? And the mullahs came into power. Never have they ever shut down the Strait of Hormuz. That was always an option for them. They always could have shut this down. They never did it because they always wanted to fucking do diplomacy. They wanted to do diplomacy after the mullahs came to power. They wanted to do diplomacy with all the previous parents, Jimmy Carter and all of them. They did diplomacy with the JCPOA. We ripped that up. A couple of years later, they wanted to do diplomacy with Biden. They wanted to do diplomacy with Trump, but we just continue to commit perfidy, right? But they've always wanted to do it all these years, and they still want to do it. But they were like, enough is enough. We have to fucking shut this fucking down. I listened to an interview with Pezeshkian, the president of Iran, and he's sitting there talking about, and I sort of agree with him, and I sort of don't agree with what he said. He goes, our negotiations yielded a much bigger result than the military military aspect of our war. And I go, no, the fuck it didn't. The reason you were able to negotiate seriously was because of your military aspect, right? Like, this goes to show you the older population in Iran, the older guard, they always wanted to be part of the world order. They don't like, so right now, if we're looking at the axis of evil, right? You have Russia, you have North Korea, you have China, and you have Iran. They don't fuck. Besides the two of them, North Korea and Russia. I mean, North Korea and China. None of them fucking have anything in common. One's an Islamic fucking state. One's a fucking oligarchical dictatorship. The other one is a pure dictatorship, and then one is a communist society. None of them have anything in fucking common.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What do they have in common? They all fucking fight against the United States. Keeps fucking with them, right?
Right.
Iran has always wanted to be part of the world order. So if I'm the IRGC, I sell this. This is how I sell it. This is what I keep in the back of my mind as I do these negotiations to Trump. Like, hey, listen, sign this deal. Don't restart this fucking war. If Israel attacks us, just let me and Israel duke it out. You don't fucking get involved. You do your best to fucking hold Israel back, even though they're saying they're not going to fucking listen to you. We both know they listen to you. They've listened to you before. They've listened to your previous president before. They've listened to all of your presidents before, right? You do this, we open up a market to 91 million people. You have an economic boom. You become instantly popular than you are. Your fucking ratings are in the shitter. You're damn near about to be at 20%. If you do this, you benefit the local class. We will sell you cheap oil. Oil gets cheaper. Your Amerifats at the pump are going to be like, oh, fuck, yeah, Trump is the greatest fucking president in the fucking world. Look, he was playing 3D fucking chess all over again. Shuts me and you the fuck up, right? Like, we can't fucking say a goddamn word. That's from, like, he's a fucking pedophile president. It's a win-win for, like, that's how I would sell it.
No, I mean, it all lines up. It makes sense.
Right. Just now has to see if Trump falls for it or if Trump listens to it. But the way, again, this is why you have to give him a Trump tower at the Strait of Hormuz, right? Like, you got to be like, hey, listen, man. Or, even you make it a fucking sweet deal. We'll give you 2 Trump towers, one at the Strait of Hormuz. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you you love the Midnight Hammer so fucking much.
One just for fun.
Isfahan, right here. This is where you bombed. This is where the fucking the B-52 Moab bombs went in right here. This is where we'll give you the tower. So you can come here, live here, and then you'll be able to see the holes you made in the mountain. Like, you're going to be like, yeah, I did that, big dog.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what I think Iran should do. But, I'm fucking nobody in Connecticut talking about this. But why does it matter to us? So we can start with this TikTok if you like.
Alrighty.
Senator, it's an honor to be here and participate in this roundtable. I hope I can make a meaningful contribution to this discussion. A bio can tell you a lot about what someone has done. It often falls short of telling you who they are. So a little bit about me. I grew up as a latchkey kid in a small town in Oklahoma, single mother, no support, very poor family. That's how I grew up. And I still think every day about watching my mother work, attending night school, doing everything she needed to do, very determined to build a better life for me and my sister. And we struggled, but that struggle led to a much better life. She succeeded. And she also taught me to never forget where I came from. Children who grow up in poverty never forget it. I still carry that with me every day of my life. No matter what I'm doing, I remember exactly where I came from, because those are the people that I want to help. When I talk to people and I'm educating people, those are the people I'm thinking of. I have never forgotten what it felt like to feel less than as a child. That's a feeling that never goes away. So I carried the things my mom taught me throughout my life. The work ethic, the pride, into my adult life, and she's the reason I'm here today. So when I think about energy policy, I think about people who are paying $1,000 to keep their lights on and who are paying $5 a gallon for gas. And that's the people I think of, the people who are less privileged and who struggle. When I was a kid, My mother's total energy bills, gas and everything, was probably 10% of her entire budget. And today, it's over 50%. And so for people who are struggling, how do they lift themselves out of that and deliver a better life for their children like my mother was able to do so? It must be much more difficult now. And it's because I feel like in this country, we treat the things that are absolutely necessary for survival no different than a Netflix subscription. And that is a very sort of profound way to look at it. We don't treat the things that people need just to continue breathing any differently than we treat the luxuries. And we should. A place where all people need to eventually pull themselves up. All they need is a little bit of daylight. That's it. A little reprieve from the daily battle of just paying out the nose to just continue to survive. When I was a kid, I felt like I was looked down upon by my peers, but today it feels like those people are looked down by the institution of government itself. And that's what really bothers me the most. We are making it harder for people to achieve the American dream to further enrich those that are already experiencing it 1,000 times over. I believe a strong energy policy is one that is draped in humanity and not profits. And that's why I'm here today. Thank you.
Thoughts?
Well, I mean, just on the basis of what he said, I mean, it's all pretty profound. I like the way he conveyed what what his thinking on it, particularly the comment on why do we treat like a Netflix subscription the same as like medicine, housing, food. And I feel like that's something when you put it that way to say like a Republican voter or a MAGA person, I feel like they could understand that. And
they can understand
okay, yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense. In the context of Iran and the potential benefits of this deal for the US going forward in terms of, cheaper energy prices, like, yes, obviously that would be fantastic. And it could be helpful for people, particularly experiencing like poverty here in the US. Like domestically, it could be good, but I'm also like, I don't know, maybe the, what's that called when you're like argumentative, or the contrarian in me is just like, well, we didn't have to bomb anybody. We could have just invested in clean energy.
Yeah,
we didn't have to kill 150 little girls. We could have. Right. We could have a different society without doing this. So like again, like for when I'm being asked to like praise somebody like Trump, I'm like, no, we still killed 150 little girls.
way more people. I think the death toll is high.
Whatever it was.
No, like overall, just death toll is like in the thousands.
No, the overall, yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about one bomb.
But that one,
bomb in a sea of bombs. Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
But like total, it's so. I mean, that's from. I mean, I loved what Mr. Global just said. I really liked how he presented that idea, because it is such an idea that is so like. For some reason, I mean, we saw with the Oklahoma thing, to harken back to that, it's so polarizing for no reason, because it should be common sense.
Reason. Why? Exactly. I think that's exactly it. Like, I think that's why I wanted to kind of open with this, even though we like halfway through and we started
50 minutes in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we always get to do the fucking monologue beforehand anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of wanted to have this in here because there's another one of his TikToks. I like him. He's obviously not a socialist. He's a capitalist through and through, but he's like a center left guy. You know what I mean? He recognized. So he's in this like group of TikTokers where there's like the other one that I fucking can't stand is this guy named Gio Hussar. I don't know if you might have seen some of his TikToks over there. That dude's like a fucking through and through American exceptionalism, like, oh yeah, like America is this and that, like, you know what I mean? Mr. Global at least is like rooted in reality, right? Like America is not that great. Like we are not there. Cause like, but like I saw one TikTok with the other guy and he goes, uh, America's fall is not here. Like, this is not America's fall. This is only a plateau, and then we're going to go achieve much higher. Is it possible? Oh, 100 fucking percent. But with the current
Mhm.
policies we have going on, absolutely fucking not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if we were to follow a policy like what he's suggesting, like, you can't look at profit in energy because this is what people need to survive. If we do something like China's doing, where like you can't make a profit in energy, that's not a thing that happens right here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't make a profit on food. You can't make a profit on medicine. You can't make a profit on clean water. Like, those industries don't make profits. You
Right.
can certainly be part of it, and you can certainly earn money through that. Like,
Right. But here, there's some
Chevron
of our
can,
hugest industries.
yeah, exactly, right? Like
Mhm.
Chevron could still be a huge, massive industry. They don't have to make fucking $500 billion profit every year. Like, that's just not a thing
Right.
they should
Right.
do, right? Like, Raytheon could still be a huge industry because you do need defense. You think China doesn't fucking invest in defense? Of course they fucking do. But last year they made $500 million in 3 months profit.
Mhm.
That
Three
shouldn't be a
months.
thing.
Yeah.
In 3 fucking months, they made
Right.
$500 million.
I mean, I don't think realistically anybody's actually, I mean, obviously some people are, but it's a pretty fringe far left idea to be like, oh, we don't need defense at all. We don't need,
Right.
even extending it to the police, which is a little more like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like, but we don't, we're not arguing we don't need that at all. It's just like, do they need to be like fully like kitted out to the
Militarized.
T? Like everybody has like their personal bombs and whatever. Like,
Why does
you know,
why does the NYPD need a fucking submarine? They have a submarine.
they shouldn't need a submarine. What are they doing with that?
They have tanks. Where are you gonna fucking roll down tanks in New York City, dude?
That's a great question.
Why do they why do they have a police station and a branch in Tel Aviv?
Yeah, right.
The NYPD.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, it's
It's fucking stupid.
just a mess. But yeah, and not to just detract from
Yeah.
your point of just commodifying these things.
Yeah.
To the point where you're making billions of profits while people starve. Like,
because again, like, why is everything so expensive? It comes down to caring for the people, right? Like, our society that we built so far uh is centered around capital, not people, right? Like, that's what it is. If it was centered around, we live, capitalism is a necessary step. That is, nobody denies that. Even the fucking goddamn Lenin and Karl Marx didn't even deny this. He wrote about this extensively. He studied
sorry,
capitalism.
say what you said again.
Capitalism is a necessary step.
Okay.
Karl Marx, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin recognized that. Mao recognized that. Deng Xiaoping fucking recognized that. Xi Jinping recognizes this. All these great thoughts. Every single fucking.
I was gonna say we kind of saw that with China, right? Like they did build up, but they like it's like compressed, right? Like they didn't need 250 years of capitalism to build themselves up to a point where. Sorry, it's storming a little bit here, so if I just go dark, that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. It was just raining here too. So what I'm trying to say is, like, capitalism is absolutely needed. We needed the next step out of feudalism to be capitalism, to be able to take power away from these lords and these kings, and to be able to grow a much bigger, robust peasantry class, and then grow that peasant class to be much, much higher, right? But the next step, we live in a world now, and before I even talk about like what the next step should be, right? Because to me, it's very much obvious what the next step should be, and it needs to be if we are to survive as a species, as certainly as a country, is. But we live in a time period where, unlike feudalist England or something like that, right? We have abundance of resources. We are able to, whether it's through technology, whether it's through labor, because right now on the planet, when you're thinking about it, right? Like if you really, really think about it, billions of people across the planet work in conjunction in certain industries that all work together to produce labor that they don't get to enjoy the benefits of at all. The
Absolutely.
guy, the person building the iPhones in a factory in China doesn't get to enjoy a $1,400 iPhone. He probably doesn't even have that phone, right? Like
Right.
a
He
kid
certainly
in
doesn't
fucking
partake in the billions of profits that Apple has, even if he does happen to have
exactly
an iPhone.
an iPhone, right? A kid in Bangladesh working on a textile factory isn't wearing Gucci shirts, right?
Right.
Even if he's fucking making those Gucci shirts, he's not wearing those certain, and certainly, as you said, not enjoying in the profit of it, right? So
Mhm.
if we think about all this labor, it's essentially going to waste, right? Because the benefit of this labor is just being hoarded by 1% of the people. We've just
Yeah.
hit the first. We have the first trillionaire. I thought I would
Yeah.
never see this in my entire life. A
I
first
mean, they told us
trillionaire,
it would
right?
never happen, right? And then here it is.
And here it
Um,
is.
but I do like you're the Gucci shirt point, the Gucci shirt point, just made me think of like enshittification because
Yes,
it's also like we've also gotten to the point where it's like your $2,000 Gucci shirt or whatever is not worth anywhere near it's the
not
same
at all.
thing like that they sell at Target.
This
It's
is
like
probably better than Gucci shirt. This is 100% cotton. The Gucci shirt is probably 80% polyester.
so it's like I don't know. I sidetracked with
And this is
that
off of
point a
TikTok.
little bit, but it's like you got that TikTok shirt.
I literally got 5 of these for like $10 off of TikTok.
Nice. What a deal.
It's 100% cotton. I've had it for like almost 6 months. They've been washed.
It's
They've been like
still
clean, and it looks exactly the same.
okay. I mean, and it's so sad that that has to be like, oh, that's great, because like I literally bought a shirt like and washed it like 3 times, and it is like fully falling apart, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Right. So like
what?
exactly.
It was
Right.
from
And the shirt
Old
probably cost you like
Navy,
what,
so
$30 or something like that.
so yeah, like I said, sidetracked at that point, but it's like everybody's being exploited, everybody's being ripped off on all ends. Like, what are we doing here? What's the means to the end? Yeah, not to make the Tucker Carlson like point. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
You sounded like him.
This is about.
Oh,
Like,
you have the
what's the
Tucker
point? Where do we
Carlson
go?
down. Oh yeah,
What are
you
we
watch a
doing?
little of the Tucky.
Well, I just keep
laugh.
seeing.
You gotta do the
I
laugh.
keep. I keep seeing TikToks of people making fun of him. I haven't even like watched him. I haven't gotten to watch the interview that we were gonna watch today.
Trita Parsi. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of Trita Parsi, by the way, there's like a million think tanks in Washington D.C. and only 3 of them are thriving today because of what Trump's done. And one of them is Trita fucking Parsi's Quincy Institute, because I obviously follow them and I obviously watch a lot of Trita Parsi, a lot of his stuff, and I read a lot of his tweets. His tweets and his policy and his thinking and his analysis have been like 110% on point.
Mhm.
It's literally been so spot on. If
Are
anybody
they
wants
trying
to know,
to deport him this week or something like
no,
that?
that's not a thing. It just like fucking CBS just like put out a false ass fucking story, and it's not like Trita Parsi went on fucking drop site and was like, I don't think this is
Interesting.
happening. This is not happening at all.
That's crazy. Okay.
And the same thing with apparently Hassan Biker is like Fox News put out like, oh, he's gonna get subpoenaed. He got subpoenaed. It was like a news story for a whole fucking week, and he's like, still haven't gotten it. Like
Yeah,
I don't know where the fuck
think
that
so.
is. Like
Interesting.
what would
Okay.
you subpoena him for? You gave him the fucking visa to go. Like what?
Right. Guess I fell for
It's
fake
stupid.
news.
Yeah. But it's like how is Fox News and CBS like running policy before the people even like that are making the policies know about these policies? Like, what's going on here? You know? but yeah, his stock is up right now. So if anybody wants to know what's actually happening in Washington D.C., listen to fucking Trina Parsi. Exactly, because he knows what's up. But anyways, let's what do you want to go next? Do you want to go through the New York Times article and what the memorandum of understanding? Read it word by word. I think there's 8 points. I forgot how many points there are. I only looked at a few of them. I think one of the more important ones is number 7. It's pretty big.
I need to find another article because the New York Times
Not
have
opening?
no, it's opening, but it has a paywall on it.
Oh, I thought I was able to open all of it. I put if you go on our Discord and put it into archive.io, it should get you past the paywall. It's a pinned message on our Discord.
Okay,
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some more. You found it, or just find the memo of understanding anywhere else.
Yeah, I might just do that. It's like NPR has it anyway.
Yeah, there should be a bunch of.
We're just gonna do that.
Okay. All right. So apparently there was 2 of them. 2 memorandums. One that was from the Americans, and then one in Farsi from the Iranians.
Okay.
I haven't been able to look at the Farsi one, but I can't imagine. I looked at the American one, and oh my god, it's so good for the Iranians.
I would imagine they would say. I would hope they would say the same thing.
Supposedly, but apparently the one that Donald Trump signed was in Farsi.
Okay. So, interesting.
Yeah, which is interesting. All right.
You would think that you would have to sign the one that's in your native language, but okay.
You want to read it? Or you want me to read it? Actually, you want to read it? My voice is kind of.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much.
The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America and their allies in the current war, by signing this MOU, declare the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including in Lebanon. And I like how that has to be like singled out, like, yes, because they know, they're like, Lebanon in particular, and undertake from now on not to initiate any war or any military operations against each other, and to refrain from the threat or use of force against each other, and ensuring the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Lebanon. The final deal will confirm the permanent termination of the war on all fronts, including in Lebanon, and other provisions of this paragraph.
Funny part is, Trump broke this yesterday. Already.
Did he?
Yeah, once he got out of the G7 summit, and then he was about to get on Air Force One, he goes like, "If they don't listen to me, I'll just bomb the shit out of them." That's nice. A fucking threat. It literally says, "Do not to refrain from the threat or the use of force against each other." And he goes, "I'll just bomb them." Okay.
But you just signed the deal.
He just signed it.
The understanding. Okay. Number 2, this one is the one that everybody I think has seen. Like, this one has been everywhere.
And we know why.
The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America undertake to respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and to refrain from interfering in each other's internal affairs. Okay, it's straightforward.
Yeah.
The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America commit to negotiating and achieving the final deal in maximum 60 days, extendable with mutual consent. Straightforward. We knew that there was a 60-day timeline on that. Immediately upon the signing of this MOU, the United States of America will begin the removal of its naval blockade and any disturbances or impediments against the Islamic Republic of Iran, and will fully end the naval blockade within 30 days. During this period, the traffic of vessels will be in proportion to the number of pre-war traffic being restored by the Islamic Republic of Iran. The United States of America further undertakes to remove its forces from the proximity of the Islamic Republic of Iran within 30 days after the final deal. So has that started?
Yes.
It has?
Yeah. Yes. Funny enough, we also started to take away our refueling tankers out of Ben Gurion. That's also interesting too.
Okay.
That's the Israeli airport.
Oh, you might have sent me that. So why are we just trying to wash our hands of Israel? Because that's
not. Because another one of the videos that we might watch, if you can watch it, of JD Vance at the White House podium, and he goes, don't really. Well, Trump also said this too. He goes, yeah, we don't really care if they have fucking ballistic missiles. Like, we just don't care. As long as they don't develop long-range missiles, which all it translates to is as long as you don't go for the intercontinental missiles where you can reach the United States or its NATO allies, we don't really care because they can reach Israel just fine. So it's funny, like JD Vance is like, yeah, I don't really care if you can reach Israel. You just can't go past that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So they're just like, well.
I mean, he doesn't explicitly say it. He just goes like, well, we don't want Iran to have long-range missiles. Well, Iran never wanted to have long-range missiles. That's not something they want to do.
I mean, they're not, I guess if they're being truthful in everything that they're putting out, they're not putting the safety or the interests of Israel above like the entire U.S. economy, I guess, anymore.
No.
Maybe. Upon the signing of this MOU, the Islamic Republic of Iran will make arrangements using its best efforts for the safe passage of commercial vessels with no charge for 60 days only from the Persian Gulf to the Sea of Oman, and vice versa. The traffic of commercial vessels will immediately start, and considering the need for removing the technical and military obstacles and demining by the Islamic Republic of Iran, will be instated within 30 days. The Islamic Republic of Iran will conduct dialogue with the Sultanate of Oman to define the future administration of maritime services in the Strait of Hormuz. In discussions with other Persian Gulf littoral states. What are those?
I don't know. I think it's probably just means the entire MENA region states, or just the Strait the Strait of Hormuz states, I guess.
In line with applicable international law and the sovereign rights of coastal states of the Strait.
This is interesting.
So they can't. Wait, sorry.
No charge
for 60 days. So after that, charge ahead. Like charge whatever you want.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So like something that Iran did not profit on before, they will now be profiting
$10 billion a year.
Heavily.
$10 billion a year.
Okay.
Yeah. The amount of Shahed drones that are about to be built is gonna be insane.
It's very interesting. Now I feel like, I mean, so this whole time we've been like, I mean, all of this was predictable, right? Like we could predict, and all of the experts, I mean, you said it at the beginning, Dan Kane told Trump that like they're going to close the Strait of Hormuz, you know, and we went forward with this anyway. Now Iran is going to benefit a lot from this.
Yes.
I mean, keeping in mind, like, with respect to all of their people who have died, like, not putting that aside, but, like, thinking of Israel, it's like, what, like, what did you think, did they really think that the U.S. was just gonna, like, tank their own economy and bulldoze the Middle East for them?
Yeah, that's what they thought. That's what they thought. They thought this would be it. They thought, I've seen some fucking weirdo analysts that have been just essentially war hawks, pretty much, pro-Israel guys. They're like, what you need to do is up the sanctions, and keep bombing until you exhaust all their supply, and then force them onto the negotiation table on your own terms. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. They were like, damned be the Strait of Hormuz. We don't really care. Just keep going, or forcibly take over Karg Island, which is the old facility for Iran, where a lot of the oil comes from, and take over South Pars facilities where natural gas comes from, and just basically go up the escalation ladder, right? And to go up the escalation ladder, what that exactly means is boots on the ground, sacrifice American lives, American soldiers, and I was just showing Casey a video of Abbas Araghchi on NBC News from I think last month, where the news anchor is like, "Well, what if the Americans do boots on the ground?" And he goes, "We're waiting for them." Abbas Araghchi's literally sitting there like, "Pull up, bitch, right here."
Yeah.
Right, like, but that's what it is. Like, these pro-Israel war hawks are going like, you have to go up the escalation ladder to get them to negotiate, and that's exactly what it means is American
I
soldiers
think
on the
that was
ground.
a huge oversight because that's not what Trump is into at
No,
all. He's into
no,
quick and dirty,
yes,
quick and dirty. Sorry, not
yeah.
dirty. Get it done, move on, collect your praise.
He wants the Venezuela option.
Like dragging him into something that was going to tank his approval rating, tank the U.S.
Yeah,
economy.
he hates
like
it.
That was
He hates not being liked.
Huge oversight.
Yep.
So.
Yep. He hates not being liked. He does not want that at all.
Yeah.
He wants to be liked. It's a thing that he's strived for this entire time in his life. It's just a thing that he wants.
Well, that's why not this week, but the past couple of weeks, he's totally shut down any talks of this. Like he did not want to be asked about this. He did not want to speak on it at all. He basically literally said, "I don't care. Like, come to me when it's over." Basically,
pretty much.
So.
And this is the thing that Przeskin said too, which again, okay, so when I was saying like, oh, I don't really agree with Przeskin's talking point over here, where he was like, oh, negotiation was where we kind of really thrived. What he's trying to say is, and I necessarily don't agree with it either, because you got to a serious negotiation table because of your military aspect. But Przeskin is saying like, because the tactics we deployed about like, well, will they sign it? Will they, or won't they sign it? Will they sign it? Won't they sign it? Kind of got Trump really frustrated, where it pushed him to the point where it was like, put down whatever, I'm fucking signing it. And to go as far as to sign it in Farsi, you know what I mean? So I think that's like that's Przeskin saying like, oh, we kind of deployed this thing.
Did you send me the thing about how they have been consulting with a psychologist?
Psychologist, yes.
This whole time, like
that's funny. That's funny to me. They're literally treating him like a mental patient, like a child, like a elder patient. And they're like, we need to. How do we get through? And the fact that they fucking made progress. I mean, this is reporting by Jeremy Scale, so I believe that reporting through and through.
I mean, he's been pretty.
Oh, Jeremy Scale has.
I trust DropSite. Like,
their sources are on the ground,
on top of it. Well, yeah, exactly. So.
And the thing is, like, people in Iran and these areas, they don't really trust CNN, NBC, Fox News, or anything like that, because they know
they want to talk to
them. Fucking they corrupt. Like, so when like somebody like DropSite comes in, or somebody from BBC or Channel 4 will go in, they're like, fuck yeah, we'll talk to you guys, because they want to talk to these guys, right?
Yeah.
They want to get their word out there. They want to be able to do the Iranian propaganda. That's why they've been fucking pumping out these Lego fucking videos. Why do they want to do that? Because they want to be able to talk to them.
Sure.
But they don't want to say something and have a word to be manipulated.
To your point, I saw a lot of criticism, I guess you could call it, on a video on Caitlin Collins, I guess, pushing back on some senator, I forgot who it was.
Marshall.
Yes, Marshall saying that Iran has the right to defend itself, basically.
Yes.
So, I mean, it makes sense that they wouldn't want to talk to, CNN if that's the rhetoric.
If that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
we can move
But
on.
this
to
is
the
so
next
funny.
topic.
Like, yeah, this is the funny one too.
This is the fun one? Okay. Is this the well, yeah, the 300 billion. The United States of America undertakes with regional partners to develop and definitive. Oh, sorry, I'm losing my ability to read. To develop a definitive, mutually agreed plan with at least 300 billion US dollars for the reconstruction and economic development of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The mechanism for the implementation of this plan will be finalized as part of the final deal within 60 days. All required licenses, waivers, and permissions needed for the relevant financial transactions will be granted by the United States of America.
This is so funny.
300 billion.
We wasted $100 billion just bombing, lost 14 lives, hundreds injured, and now we get to pay them $300 billion.
Now we're giving them 300 billion. Yeah.
If the other points in this MOU didn't signal that the United States lost, this one signals that the United States fucking lost. The country that makes the concessions usually is the loser. I don't know what to tell you. And I have seen so many fucking clips from MAGA talking about like, got the fucking peace deal, no nuclear bomb. They didn't fucking want one to begin with, you dumbass.
I mean, they were already in a deal saying that they wouldn't do that previous to this whole administration.
That plus there was a fatwa, which is even more serious. Like that is, if the Pope came today and was like, kill all pedophiles, the fucking Catholic churches around the fucking country are picking up the AR-14s and just eliminating half of the church population. Like, you understand that? Like this is the exact same. Like, this is the word of God coming down. The fucking voice, the trust of God telling you to do something. You think they're going against that? No, you call them religious fanatics. So when the fucking
and then you can't recognize
the head of religious fanatic says something, you go like, "Oh, we don't believe that." What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean?
Have you seen Hexeth try to justify this and how this is like is the U.S. winning? Like, I mean, basically he's saying like, well, this is better than the JCPOA because we bombed them, so they're scared of us now. Like, okay. He's basically like, they know we'll bomb them again. So, like,
did you see him do like that no quitting bench press?
No.
It's the funniest.
Please. I try not to watch him work out because
you need to watch this one
once, and he does a bad job. I don't know why he keeps doing it. He's just gonna keep getting made fun of.
But part of it is the one where he was like benching like 315 pounds. That was 100% fake, because that was like what, 3 plates he had on each side, and this video he only has like 1 plate on each side, and he's just going like his legs are flopping everywhere, and I'm just like, brother, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And then he does like the little funny run, and I'm just like, you are so fucking unathletic. It's not.
Yeah, like funny. Stop trying.
Right. But he has to, like, but the MAGA women need their fucking flick the bean juice, brother. Like, they just need it. They like just need it.
Is it Hexeth? I think they like Trump himself.
They do like Trump, but like, you haven't seen those TikToks where like, look at our Secretary of State, he's so fucking handsome. Cry liberals. Like, you, like, this is what a MAGA man looks like. Like, you haven't seen that? It's everywhere.
You keep him. No, I'm not on MAGA woman TikTok.
And like, well, I'm not either. You sent it to me.
Did I?
Yes, the fucking Dean Withers one. Come on.
Oh, yeah, but they were talking about Trump.
It's the same fucking thing.
Okay.
Dude.
I'm just saying, no, I don't think the delusion extends to Hexeth.
Oh, it does.
It doesn't even extend to JD Vance, who has been looking very plastic the last couple days.
Yeah, he got the Zempi face.
Yeah, like his skin's really tight.
The thing about okay. I should. You know what? Since we're on JD Vance, he's been tasked with this, right? And Iran
Mhm.
requested this. He is certainly the most liberal out of the administration. He's highly educated, dumb as fuck, but like highly educated, and certainly the most woke hard out of the entire Trump is charismatic. Trump is he just wants to have fun. That's Trump. This entire administration is running
For
on
a good
fucking two
time.
people. It's Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller. Like those are two people. Like Rubio has been tasked with the entire foreign policy
I was gonna
apparatus.
say pretty much everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Stephen Miller's like, I just want to do torture. Give me all the fucking ICE facilities, and I just want to be able to torture people there. Like that's just what I want to do. And everything domestic kind of like stems from that, right? Because what other domestic policies they got going on? Nothing really. All the other bullshit, like it's just whatever. You know what I mean? Like the little guys get to fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like Scott Besson just gets to fucking run around like do nothing. He does
Like
fucking
I'm a
nothing.
farmer on
Yeah,
TV over and over again. Yeah.
exactly. And then you have fucking the other guy, what's his Howard Lutnick. Just that's the
Yeah.
just I don't know what the fuck they do. I don't know what the fuck they do. They don't do anything. They
I
just
don't know what
they
I
do
don't know what
interviews.
Letnick's doing these days. I know
Nothing. Like it's
he
just
was in the
literally nothing.
background of
The
Trump
G7.
speaking today, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. There's two. Like that's why I
around.
say it. Look, three people like Hegseth, Rubio, and Stephen Miller. They're there and they do the actual work. Everybody else is pretty much just like there to do like whenever they have the weekly roundtable things. They're just there to suck Trump's dick. Like that's all they're there for, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I
Marco.
just meant to look up Howard Lutnick's position because I honestly
It's
forgot what
Secretary
it was.
Treasury. It's Treasury.
Yeah. No, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
I know that now.
Right. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's doing nothing. Like, he's doing nothing, man. Like, he doesn't get to make any decisions at all. At all.
It's commerce, by the way. Besson is.
Yeah, the Besson is Treasury. Yeah.
I don't know. But,
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Whoever the deputy is doing all the work. Howard Lutnick is not doing anything. He's just having fun with fucking Trump. Well, some people are calling him he's the Israeli handler for Trump, whatever. Conspiracy theories, I don't want to go into that. Like that's could be true, could not be true. Who the fuck knows? JD Vance has been tasked and requested by Iran because they didn't want to deal with Witkoff and Jared Kushner because Witkoff and Jared Kushner didn't understand any of this. Like they don't understand the Iranian society. They don't understand the politics of this. They're not into
Yeah, no, I remember we discussed this, that they clearly showed up. They didn't think to bring someone who understood any of the science of it, but Iran did have people who understands the science of it all. So it was just all like they clearly just showed up and expected just like to be dealing with religious fanatics or whatever, like who would just give them whatever they wanted. But.
Yeah. So they requested JD Vance to come because he is obviously in a high position. It's not directly requesting Trump, but it's kind of in line to that power, right? That's one. And then the other one is he's highly educated. He's highly educated. He's a Yale graduate. Like even he's fucking dumb as shit. Like something rubbed off. Like you just go and
I
just
don't
put
know
your
if
head
he's dumb. I think he just has no soul and has no like social skills.
So that's where I'm going next, and you're kind of answering it. Why is he so unpopular? I have a reason. I have a fucking reason. Why is he so unpopular?
What's your theory?
Oh, well, I think it's just because like whenever you like you could listen to Trump, right? If you listen to Trump one time, you've listened to Trump 1,000 times. Like it's the same thing. He's gonna mention India. He's gonna mention all the wars he stopped. He's gonna mention the economy. He's gonna mention like I care about Israel, or it's Midnight Hammer, or it's about Venezuela. Like it's the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? But he's funny. Like he'll say something, he'll do something, then you just go like, you're fucking funny, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, you're okay. Yeah, give it to you.
Yeah, I mean, JD Vance is an asshole on top of being antisocial. like he'll
That's
just
it.
straight up be like that was a bad question to like reporters and
well,
shit.
like,
It's like off-putting, you know.
but right, like that's exactly it. When you listen to JD Vance, it's like you're like, you bother me. Like you. I don't know who he's like. It's the Democrat problem, right? It's the Democratic Party problem. He is the Democratic Party.
In his soul, he's a centrist Democrat who's like
No, but
trying
it's
to toe
like,
the party line.
who are you for? Right? Like you try to talk like an intellectual.
Sure.
You sound dumb doing it. So whenever he tries to fucking speak in any way that is intellectual, anybody that doesn't appeal to the fucking MAGA base, that doesn't appeal to like the Republican side at all. So when he's speaking like that, he's speaking to the liberal side of the population, right? But then the liberal population listens to him and they go like, you are incredibly fucking dumb. Like,
yeah, like what are you talking
what are
about?
you saying, right? Like it doesn't resonate with them. Then he speaks to the fucking, then he tries to act like a chud at like, Turning Point USA or whatever, and then like people just kind of like shit on him and then go like, you are a Yale graduate, you don't relate to us fucking at all, like you don't know anything about fucking being poor, like even though you were poor at one fucking point, you don't talk like that. You are talking intellectually. You are Yale.
It's insane though, because he it's just because he has a bad personality, because he should be able to. Hexath doesn't get this kind of bullshit. And he grew up, he went to Dartmouth, I think. He grew up, he private schools his whole life. But people still believe, I mean, I'm not saying everybody thinks he's so not, but people still think he's like, sure. Like they
that's
believe
how he talks.
They're buying what he's selling, but yeah, with JD Vance, you'd think he'd be able to tap into that Kentucky, whatever. Like what was his book called? Hillbilly Elegy. You'd think he'd be able to tap into that a little bit, but he just can't, because I think he just has it so repressed. And I know that there's reporting on whether or not it's like as serious as it was portrayed in the book. I doubt it was, but still, obviously, he at least grew up lower middle class. So it's like, you should be able to tap into being relatable a little bit, but you hate where you came from so much that you're just, it's so obvious that you're willing to do anything, ally with anyone, say anything to raise your
and it shows.
And it's obvious.
And it's so, like I said at the beginning of this episode, right? I was like, Americans are fucking dumb, but they can catch the vibe.
Yeah.
Right? So like whenever he tries to like relate to MAGA, like the normal Republican, they go like, you aren't us. You're not one of us. Like you're a rich person now. You're a elitist person now. And then he'll go like super chuddy and like go like full Gripper mode, kind of channeling his like inner Pete Hegseth. And then they go like,
dude, Gripper or Gripper?
I haven't heard. Gripper, like Nick Fuentes.
That's like the Nick. Okay, yeah.
That's the Nick Fuentes. That's what they're called. Okay. That's what they're called.
Okay.
They're called Grippers. Okay. Like Pete Hegseth channels that, like, right? He goes like the white supremacy, like, oh, we're stronger, we're better, we're the tough people, right? The Grippers feed that. The Republicans kind of forgive the whole Dartmouth highly educated because Pete Hegseth is good looking, and he does the like the tough guy act. He does the tough guy act. He is the tough guy, right? Like that's what he puts in, and then he does the whole like we're white men strong, right? Like that's what he does.
Sure.
So the Republicans kind of like can kind of let it go, and then they can like latch on to at least part of that, right?
Yeah.
But when
I mean the Christian supremacy he has going for him. I don't know why JD would convert to Catholicism. Like that's not where the money is. Like, well,
you gotta go evangelical.
It's not where your bread and butter is. Yes.
You gotta go evangelical.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, but when he tries to go try to talk all Pete Hegseth and like do the whole like white supremacy white guy, like we're gonna do fuck shit, as he tried to do at in last year with the AI summit, where he tried to go to Europe and try to like tisk them, you know what I mean? Go like, you got to do this. People turn around and go like, dude, your wife is fucking Indian. you're race mixing. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, your kids are fucking half Indian, half brown. Like,
Right.
you don't get to
Right.
fucking be one of us. Like, you're not white supremacy. You're fucking diluting it, you know? So
Right,
he
and that
loses
looks
on all
bad
fronts.
no matter who looks at it, because it's like
Yep.
on the other side, even if you're not like, even if you're MAGA, but not like in your mind, you don't think you're racist. You're like, ew, so you're not even gonna stand up for your wife and kids.
Exactly.
Like it's icky
Exactly.
no matter
It's
what, you
icky.
know.
He has nothing going for him. Not a
So,
single
but
fucking thing.
we went on a long JD Vance tangent about how he's terrible. Why is that good for Iran, or why did they ask for him
So,
because of that?
but I think they asked for him because they could at least talk to him and have him be at
He
least a little bit
understands.
malleable. All right. And he at least understands the politics. He might not understand the science of it, but he can understand at least the politics of it. He's a liberal. That's who he is. He's a liberal. He might do the act to because he's in the administration, but he's a liberal.
Yeah.
And then Trump saw this and was literally like, if this goes bad, I need a fall guy. It can't directly tie to me. Right. So he's like, he's like, JD, you got to serve your purpose. Right. Now he's been given the task to like sell this deal. So he is selling this deal. Let's finish this and we'll watch how he's selling this deal.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
this one.
Didn't Trump say, like, he's like, yeah, it's a win-win for me. Like, I can just throw
Yep.
JD under the bus.
He literally said that at the G7 summit. He's like, JD, turn the plane around. Like, you're not coming back. Yeah.
It's
Now,
that guy.
yeah, but that's the Trump superpower. Like, we're about to witness it if this doesn't go well for him, right?
Mhm.
Now this one, let's go back to being serious. Now this is the big one right here. This is the real big one.
You take a sip of water
The
so I can read it.
$300 billion is nothing compared to what this is about to do for the Iranian population and the Iranian economy.
The United States of America undertakes to terminate all types of sanctions against the Islamic Republic of Iran,
All
including
types.
the United Nations Security Council resolutions, IAEA Board of Governors resolutions, and all unilateral U.S. sanctions, primary and secondary.
Yep.
And an agreed upon schedule as part of the final deal. The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America acknowledge the critical importance of the sanctions termination issue above mentioned and express their intentions to immediately address these issues in the negotiations in order to achieve mutual agreement on them. So obviously, yeah, this one is huge. This is the reason why their economy has been
tanking,
stagnant and falling forever. I would like to talk to a member of the diaspora on their thoughts on this. Like, you know.
Me too, but not for this
like,
one.
I want to know what their thoughts are. I mean, why not for this one though? I feel like, I mean, especially
I'd
given.
be interested.
So the most recent protests were regarding the economy, right? I mean, obviously, like that's people living in Iran, but
yeah. So
it was about the economy, and now like, but this deal is effectively fixing that issue.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So yeah. I mean,
100%. No, the reason I want to talk to the diaspora is literally one of JD Vance's thing. They were like, I think a reporter asks him, like, "Oh, what do you think about Reza Pahlavi?" He's like, JD Vance, like, he was never an option. Like, and you know, like the diaspora was up in arms and talking about like Reza, we need the Shah back, go back to the lion. We need the lion to go back, and now it's like. It was never going to happen. Like it just wasn't going to happen. You just cheered on your people's death and destruction. Like that's what you just did. That's you look fucking goofy. So I don't take the diaspora seriously. Sometimes I don't take any diaspora seriously. No? I just don't think like I'm part of it. I'm part of the diaspora.
I was about to say, like, you don't take your own seriously. Like,
no. Well, like when it comes to like a lot of the things that happen in India, like I'm not saying you have to do like the standpoint epistemology stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, but like sometimes like I don't know what's happening in India, and half of the times like I only like when I like do a deep dive into it, like I'll find like the fuck shit that's happening. But you know what I mean. Like
yeah, I mean, of course, like. You have
But
to
like
pay
I don't
attention. Like, I mean, most people don't even pay attention to what's going on
here.
in the country that they are in. So,
Right.
you know,
So
like, you kind of have to
but
do that first because it affects you personally.
yeah, but a lot of the news I feel like that comes to me sometimes it's filtered through so many like other people's views and minds
Interesting.
that like I don't understand like what's actually happening on the ground in India, right? So it's like it's hard to like if somebody were to ask me like what's happening in India, I could give my opinion, but it's at the same time,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, hey man, like I heard it from somebody else who heard it from somebody else who heard it from somebody else, right? Like you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
it when it gets to me, it goes like it might not be like the most correct or true thing happening. So it's hard.
I
It's
always
hard.
have I've discussed this like with our in our I guess chat with Julio Mars, right?
Yep. Yep.
Just about like it's hard kind of to figure out because I don't want to discount anyone's individual experience, but it's also like
Yeah.
anecdotal experience isn't like you can't make foreign policy off of one person's
No.
anecdotal experience, so it's like
No.
it's hard.
Yeah.
But
No, it is hard. But I think like if you shy away from having an opinion because like you think you can't relate to it, or like I said, you don't realistically, our standpoints, our morals, our policy that we want are, I don't want to say like above and beyond. You know what I mean? Like like what is moral or whatever
mhm.
you want to say it. You know what I mean? Like like we don't have to abide so much by standpoint epistemology because like yeah, do we want America to be successful? But we want Iranians to be just as successful. Like the children in Iran should
Yeah,
just be able to live, right? Like so, if
well,
you want
right,
to have an opinion on that from that lens, right? Like it's the correct opinion no matter the fucking what. Like what? Like well, how are you gonna argue
right.
like against that? Like, oh no, children in Iran should die. Like children in Gaza should die. Like what? What are you talking about?
Well,
Like
I mean that's a major basis I think of all of this. Like, how can you be against this and not want this to
yeah,
succeed? Like, I don't like. Obviously, I've said it a million times here. I don't agree with Trump in most of what he does. I don't
no,
think going into this war was necessary at all. But it seems like we managed to have a decent outcome. And
yeah.
if
This is a great
and I
outcome.
hope this goes through.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah. No,
And
this
it's
is
not just because I don't want to live through US economic decline. I don't want Iran
yeah,
to get, anybody else to get hurt there either,
yeah,
like
yeah.
because morally I don't believe in war. like,
Right, violence is
like
not a like
yeah.
violence is nothing. But you know what? Speaking of too, like do you know who Kwame Torare is, right?
Mhm.
He's a prominent I think I'm saying his name right, but he's a prominent African uh, uh philosopher.
I will say I'm really bad at remembering people's names and associating it with what they do. So I might have like read his stuff and just not be
I'm sure
associating
you
his
have.
name.
I'm sure you have. He's very famous. Very Parenti, like Michael Parenti,
Okay.
like style of
Yeah.
person, right? I saw he's giving a talk, and a student walks up to him and he goes, "I abhor violence of all kinds. I think violence is completely wrong and unnecessary." And then Kwame goes, "If I am a master and you're my slave, and the only way for you to get your freedom is to
Mhm.
kill me, would you do it?" Right. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah, we abhor violence, sure, but there is a place for it, right? Like there's
Yeah, I mean, I
certainly
don't
a place
hold I
for
don't
it.
hold the view that violence is never justified. I think
Right.
that's very naive
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
this world.
Yeah. But I think like there's it's never the first option, right? Because all of this is like all of this uh never really needed to happen, right? Like we could have just never had sanctions, right? Like we could have just
Mhm.
never bombed them. Like you said, if you wanted to really do this, if you wanted to like achieve, like if Trump had just in good faith negotiated with Iran, he probably didn't even have to give up any of the stuff,
Mhm.
He didn't have to do the $300 million. He probably could have gotten rid of the sanctions, but he didn't have to do anything else. The Strait of Hormuz could have just been open for free traffic. Like, you wouldn't have looked bad on the world stage, right? Like, you could have done this in a diplomacy way. You didn't. This is I'm obviously joking with praising Trump. You know what I mean? But this is what you're saying, right? Is like, you don't need to do the war. You could have got here without it. You don't need to waste the $100 billion and sacrifice so many hundreds and thousands of lives and disrupt so many lives across the country or around the world, really, to do this. Like, you didn't have to do this. You could have easily gotten there. Diplomacy
Right.
could have just easily as worked, right? Like, that's the point.
I mean, it's exactly. I mean, that's part of our point in being here and like talking about this kind of stuff, right? It's like exploring the idea that the American way of just coming in, bulldozing your way, killing everybody who's there and taking what you want, like, maybe that doesn't always have to be what we do.
Yeah, and maybe this is a good thing. Like, America got punched in the face. It's got a nosebleed. Maybe now it'll think twice about, like, hey, okay, maybe the old way doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Because across the world now, you taught the world a lesson. The only way you stop and get what you want and get a better deal you want is if you fight back. That's it. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. That's not the lesson you're going to learn with Israel, and that's not the lesson you're going to learn with the United States. Like, you have to fight back. This is the only language that they'll never understand. Lazy Mai. This way, you won't be able to create energy resources crisis in the Middle East, which boosts U.S. oil company, which now sells additional volumes to China. What do you mean by that? Can you explain that a little bit more? I'm not really picking up what you're putting down. All right, we can keep going. I don't know if you had anything else to add. Well, the one last thing I was going to say is, like, so yeah, like, from the point where we come from, our internal compass, right, is we can have an opinion about anything, right, and we don't have to necessarily do the whole standpoint epistemology stuff, right? Like, we don't need to be like on the ground with the peasantry class to be able to have an opinion on the peasantry class, because our opinion is about beneficial to everybody, and it's certainly achievable. It's just if you want to or not.
Sure. I mean, I agree with all that. I just, in general, don't want to discount anyone. But like I said, you don't form your opinion, you don't form foreign policy or anything like that off of one person's experience. Okay, number 8. The Islamic Republic of Iran reaffirms that it shall not procure or develop nuclear weapons. I'm struggling today. The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America have agreed to resolve the disposition of stockpiled enriched material pursuant to a mechanism that will be mutually agreed upon in accordance with the schedule mentioned in paragraph 7, with the minimum methodology to be down blending on site under the supervision of the IAEA. The two parties also agreed to discuss the issue of enrichment and other mutually agreed matters relating to the Islamic Republic of Iran's nuclear needs, based on a satisfactory framework being agreed upon in the final deal.
This is interesting.
The final
deal doesn't say. Sorry, because it doesn't say, like.
It's very vague about whether or not they can continue enriching. It's like, we'll discuss it. Down the line.
I mean, it does say it shall not procure or develop nuclear weapons.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
But it says
everything else is kind of like
it's
up for
vague.
Discussion. It's very vague. The final deal will confirm the provisions of this paragraph. The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America acknowledge the critical importance of the nuclear issues above mentioned and express their intentions to immediately address these issues in negotiations in order to achieve mutual agreement on them. So yeah, pretty up in the air. So they can't develop nuclear weapons, but I guess I mean, I guess the ins and outs still have to be up for discussion to discuss so that they can figure out energy wise how they can continue to move forward with nuclear energy. Is
Yeah.
that what that's about?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, number 9. Pending the final deal, the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America agreed to maintain the status quo. The Islamic Republic of Iran will maintain the current status quo of its nuclear program. Yeah, so that's energy. And the United States of America will not impose any new sanctions and will not deploy any additional forces in the region. I wonder how long does this last? Is that something that would need to be hammered out in the?
I would assume they would probably work that out in the 60 days.
Because it's like if 5 years from now something like a totally different government takes over and they start like putting people in chains, we're like bound by law not to sanction them.
Or deploy forces, and then
The United States of America undertakes that immediately upon, and same to us, I guess, the United States of America undertakes that immediately upon the signing of this MOU and until the termination of sanctions, the U.S. Department of Treasury will issue waivers for the export of Iranian crude oil, petroleum products and derivatives, and all associated services, including banking transactions, insurances, transportation, etc.
They're fucking, they couldn't wait to get that one in there. They were like, please, the oil, hey, we need it. You have to get it out.
So I just need to read it again to kind of understand. I mean, banking transactions is a big one for Iran too, right? Because they can't use any sort of U.S. banking, so they can't like participate in the global economy really at all, right?
This is why. I don't know if I sent this to you already. Hold on, we got another message. Let's see. U.S. attacks Venezuela, kidnaps their president, obligatory hashtag democracy, then raises Greenland question, which cuts off Russian sea export partially, then attacks Iran, which provides oil to China as Venezuela does, in the process causing Iran's retaliatory strikes to disrupt oil gas infrastructure in the Middle East, like Qatar dropping some of their contracts, that initiates more attacks on Russian infrastructure through proxy Ukraine, done by US during guided by Starlink. So now US is the most solid player in oil gas export country gas. Yeah, but the thing is though, then you suggest these people use diplomacy and say this was unreasonable. That's not true. No, yeah, like I sure, like the one problem where I have the issue with though is with your analysis right there. US just can't supply that much energy. Like it just can't. Like it just doesn't have enough. Like as much oil we produce here, and the United States really doesn't produce that much oil. It's the companies that produce oil, all right? Like they do it for the profit of it. They still can't sell that much. Like when you take 20% from the global markets out, you're never going to be able to we can't fill that gap. That's just too much of a gap for just the United States alone to fill. Even with Venezuela, but that's a different kind of oil, right? It's much heavier oil. Iranian oil and the Middle Eastern oil is much easier, much thinner, can be used much more quickly. A lot of the facilities around the world aren't able to handle the Venezuelan crude oil. I think some in the United States can do it, and I think one in India, in Gujarat, and I think it's called Jamnagar. It's one of the biggest refineries in the world. Is the only other one that can do it. There might be other ones. I'm not too sure. I'm not really big of an energy expert, but from what I understand, it's like the United States can't fill that much need of oil. They can fill some, but they can't do all. And even then, like these are huge tankers, right? Like I know when Trump goes like, "Oh well, we're going crazy in the Gulf of Mexico, where so many tankers are lining up and lining up to like get our gas, like our economy's booming." That's just not true. Otherwise, he wouldn't be jumping up and down to try to get this deal signed if that was the case. Because you're just not going to be able to fill that much. And it's not just gas. I mean, it's not just oil. It's also gas too. Countries like India and Taiwan use natural gas a lot, and we can't do anything about that. So that's certainly needed for our economy. But you are correct though. Like this is essentially like they do create like this like weird effect, thinking they can do this. I know a lot of my TikTok has been full of this. Just random like refineries around the world are just catching random drone attacks and just going up in flames. Like in India, there's one going up in flame. I think um, Kazakhstan one up went up in flames in Saudi Arabia, and then Ukraine just attacked today a Russian oil
Yeah, I
refinery.
saw that. Where are the other ones coming from? It's all just separate.
I don't know.
attacks.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's like all separate attacks, supposedly separate attacks. We don't know. We don't know, but yeah, it's like the internal things of it is like just so complicated sometimes. But if they think like the United States is going to be able to like fill all this energy need, absolutely not. Like that's just not a realistic thing that we could do. I mean, 20% just seems like, oh, it's only 20%, but when we're talking about billions and billions and billions of barrels of oil every single day, that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking energy. All right, let's go. So where are we at? Number 11?
You're at number 11. Okay. The United States of America undertakes to make fully available for use the frozen or restricted funds and assets of the Islamic Republic of Iran upon the implementation of this MOU. The United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran will mutually agree on the procedures related to the release of these funds during the negotiations. Such funds, whether retained in the original account or transferred, shall be made fully usable for payment to any ultimate beneficiary designated by the Central Bank of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The United States of America undertakes to issue all necessary licenses and authorizations accordingly.
It just says they can like start transacting pretty much, right?
Yeah, it sounds like that's just expanding kind of on this.
The banking transactions, yeah.
Yeah.
The frozen funds we have.
The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America agree that an executive mechanism will be established to monitor the successful implementation of this MOU and the future compliance of the final deal. After signing this MOU and the subject to the beginning of the implementation of paragraphs 1, 4, 5, 10, and 11 of this MOU and the continuing implementation of these measures, the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America will start negotiations regarding the final deal exclusively. On the other paragraphs, the final deal will be endorsed by a binding UNSC resolution. So just kind of the last 3 years, kind of like legal.
Yeah, legal jargon.
Legalese. Yeah.
Just to, I think Iran probably did that like just to put it to 14 because they maybe knew he was going to be at the Palace of Versailles. Like, you know, just
yeah,
get that in
interesting. That is an interesting kind of coincidence there.
just throw it in there, brother. Just come on.
Well, because this is relatively short as far as war-ending agreements go. Do they not? Or like general agreements? Like, I mean, yeah, it's. I think they said. I think the JCPOA was hundreds of pages, or something like that. So.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what the Treaty of Versailles, how many pages that was. You know, I didn't know where it was signed. So.
Yeah. Tisk.
You know, that was my guess because I knew the Treaty of Versailles, but I didn't want to sound stupid, so I made myself sound stupid anyway. So, anyway.
Come on, man. All right. Yeah. Well, so again, like, I want to say America lost the war because obviously they did, but I don't. When I read all that and I go, I don't really see a loss. I don't see a loss.
Well, we're not giving up much, but we do have
$300 billion is a lot. Sure.
We did have to. I mean, in the end, we made, like you said, we're the ones making concessions.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that's actually like hurtful to us is the $300 billion. But I mean, not to make it like
money's
conspiracy, like, oh, it's gonna funnel back into American companies. Kind of like you said, we'll transfer tax dollars to private businesses.
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably is gonna happen.
I don't think that. I don't really think that. I think that's just a thing that Iran could use. Like, hey, we'll do business with American companies. So it'll enrich some American companies possibly. I think that's just a ploy that could be used. Like, hey, you're giving us this money. We're gonna use American banks, right? Like, this is just it's gonna be done in dollars. So the banks are gonna make a lot of money. We're gonna have to buy a lot of it. Building materials. Some of them might have to come from the United States. So
I mean, it comes back. I mean, the toll on the eventual tolls on the Strait of Hormuz might,
that
but
will happen.
I don't think we use it quite as much as some other countries.
Not really.
Has been the rhetoric this whole time. So
yeah, and I don't think companies really care about that.
So I guess that's just another FU to Europe on the Trump administration's behalf.
I think like even it is 100% is, but I think companies don't really care. They don't really care about like the toll or whatever. They're like, okay, well, we got to pay $2 million every time we transit it. We're just gonna spread that around to the consumer anyways.
Sure.
It's just as simple as that. Like it's not, that's not a thing that really, and it does not matter.
I guess it still
that part
it
does not matter.
Than having it just sit there for 4 months.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What the toll was never a big deal. People made it a big deal. I never thought the toll was a big deal. Companies, corporations don't give a fuck about the toll. They happily pay that. What the big issue was is the American hegemony being challenged, right? The United States controls every single port and all the choke points, all the global choke points, whether it's the Suez Canal, Bab el Mandeb, Strait of Hormuz, the Malacca Strait, the Panama Canal. The United States patrols every single one of these, right? When that is challenged, that's what bothers the United States more than fucking Iran. Instead of doing $2 million, they could have done. They could do $10 million. These corporations don't care about that. Like that's nothing to them. You know what I mean? Like the money is not a thing to them. It's about like the safety and that's what the United States provides, right? Like the United States Navy provides that like safety. Like, hey, you get through here. It's what insurance companies care about. Like it's not really necessarily, I think we talked about this too, is like Iran really didn't shut down the Strait of Hormuz. It's the insurance companies in London did.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Right? They don't want to pay the insurance costs.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to pay that. Like the 10 million is nothing compared to like the $1 billion worth of merchandise that is in these ships that every day that transits through these straits, right? Like they don't want to pay that insurance on that. So and that's why we keep harping on to it, right? Like that's why Trump administration was trying to pressure these insurance companies like, hey, look, we'll guide you through this. Insurance companies were like, no. You know, like it's the toll is, that's not a thing that the media likes to talk about it because it's like a thing that people can bite onto. It's like a special.
Well, sure. It's like it's a good headline. Didn't have to pay something before. We do now.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
What I was gonna say is the way it's being shown in the media now, right? That this is a loss. I think the Democrats don't need to be saying that at all.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
That's the thing we need to talk about.
We should just be pushing for the end of the war and removing ourselves from this whole conflict.
The U.S. agreed to pay reparations only once in history when in 1973 Nixon sent a letter to the heads of the North Vietnamese government. However, the amount was never paid initially during negotiations. Nixon and the Ford administration explained that they needed congressional approval. Carter, who became president, stated that the U.S. felt no guilt over the war and that he personally had not written such a letter, and that anyone who wants to can demand the money directly from Nixon. But after Vietnam invaded Cambodia in 1979 and overthrew Pol Pot's cannibalistic regime, Washington considered it significant to renounce any allegiance to it. I mean, I'm not really too sure about like any of that. Yeah, sounds like the thing the U.S. would do, really. But yeah, what were you saying about the?
So I guess they're trying to make the point that it's like.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, like the future is. Oh, okay. I see what I see what the point you're trying to make, that Iran won't see any of this. Yeah, like I don't. But the thing is, with Vietnam or any of those countries in that area, they don't control a choke point, a global choke point. Like that's just what it is. Um, they can't really do anything to the Strait of Malacca, right? Like that's the closest choke point they have. Iran has a direct geographical choke point. I think that's the one thing that's different about this. And earlier in our stream, and I was just giving my hopeful analysis, like the way I could go about this is, of course, Israel is going to try to screw this deal 4 ways to Sunday, and I think kind of leading into what we're talking about here or right now is they've activated their senators and their representatives, right, on both sides, whether it's the Republicans or the Democrats. They're people like Cory Bush already 3 days ago were online just talking about like this is the first fucking deal ever, like we don't need to do this, like attacking this deal from the right, not the left, which is such an odd thing for a Democrat to do. In terms of, to answer your question, I think if I'm Iran, and kind of something I mentioned earlier, if I'm a high up, if I'm fucking Mujtaba Khamenei, right, I'm sitting there talking to my guys like, well, we got to sell this, because if we continue this war, it's hurtful for us, and if they continue the war, it's hurtful for them. The only country that wins if we two keep fighting is the nation of Israel, right? So the way I have to sell it to Trump is like, listen, man, like you're going to give us $300 billion. They've already gotten $10 billion from UAE. That's already been transferred. Like I think Reuters or Axios broke that story. That's already been transferred. That if you give us this money, we're going to open up a market to you for 91 million people, right? Your businesses can come into our country and like do business here. And American businesses go where the capital is. They'll happily go there. That's not a thing. And if this memorandum stands, right, the $300 billion is not even like a thing that they really care about. In the MOU, the Article 7 is the more important one, in my opinion, where the lifting of sanctions. As I said, like if this MOU gets fully finalized into a deal and it sticks in the next 10 year, Iran is GDP is going to fucking go 100x, like banana nutty mode, right? Like they're going to easily surpass Russia because they have a natural resource that the world wants, as does Russia does too, but it's a better designed country than the oligarchical dictatorship that Russia is, because once Putin dies in the next 10 years, he will die. Who takes over and how does that shape up to be? The IRGC is a much different governmental structure, right? Like you have the whole mullahs, you have the whole political party system that is in the parliament, as well as the IRGC. They're all integrated and they all work together to run the entire country. It's a much more solid system than the oligarchical Putin Russia is. So, and as we discussed, they're highly educated. The Iranians are very, very highly educated, uh, women and men alike. So they will, if the sanctions are lifted, they will thrive. 100% they will thrive. And with the help of China, which China has already said that they will help, once this war is over, China is going to go into this country. Mujtaba Khamenei is 100%. I'm telling you, there's conversations happening right now. China is going into Iran 100% and fucking modifying the shit out of that country. Um, but that's just like the reparations. I don't think they really care about. I think that's just a thing like they want to like drive in the point like we won this war. Like I think that's really more of that whole thing, and then they need that initial infusion of cash to be able to like build all the stuff that we destroyed in the 3 months, right? Like I think that's really all that is. And that I think I'm pretty sure like all of that doesn't come from the United States either. I think the Gulf states have to pay a lot of that. So,
I think so.
But continue to talk about what we're talking about. I think it's the Democrats. They've approached this topic entirely wrong, and I think they're going to fuck this up again. This easy victory they had, and continue to fuck this up. And all they had to hammer on was, look, you gave a ton of these concessions that we didn't need to do. We had a deal in place with the JCPOA. You ripped it up. Just keep hammering on to that point. We didn't need to go to war. We didn't need to lose American
Mhm.
soldiers. We didn't need to spend $100 billion. We didn't need to destroy the global markets as we've did.
Yeah.
We didn't need to come to a brink of the total economic collapse. And they're not doing any of that. All they're doing is, well, we're abandoning our ally in Israel. That's all they're fucking hitting.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
I
I mean,
Which is
they're
stupid.
and they're going to drown themselves with that because
They are.
the general public is
Does
not.
not.
There's no one who's on that side really anymore.
At all.
I mean,
No, it's a 90-10
hugely
issue.
unpopular.
It's a 90-10 issue. It's like the night, whether you are Republican, Independent, or Democrat, you are anti-Israel.
Mhm.
You are anti-Zionist. It's a thing. Huge population of that 90% is anti-Semitic for sure. But it's
I
the
assume.
same, I don't know, side, I guess.
I didn't really follow the DC election, mayoral election.
I didn't either.
Closely.
I just saw it. I was happy about it.
Okay. Do you know anything about the opponent? Were they like a pro-Israel Democrat? That's my
Probably
assumption.
are.
But
Yeah, probably are. 100% probably are.
Well, because if that's the case, I mean, it says again, it's just more evidence.
Actually,
as to where the general.
I will send you something. Speaking of this, this is a really good point. Let me send you something, and we can pull it up on stream. And it goes directly into what you're saying with a visual. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Every time I come over here, this starts.
Oh my god, please don't tell me I have to search too far into this. I hope I don't. Come on. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh my god, I'm never going to be able to fucking find it, am I? Oh, right here. Perfect. Found it. Discord is okay, right?
Yep.
Just send it. Oligarchical Russia? Are you sure Russia was oligarchical before Putin? So-called 7 bankers rule with one of the biggest. I mean, Putin could be anti-oligarchical. I'm just saying, like, I think he's could be. Sure, I don't really know like exactly what his internal thinking is, and I'm not really too familiar with the Russian politics, aside from like the general point. I'm just saying, like, the oligarchs play a huge role in Russian society, right? Like Putin controls them; it's all run through Putin, but they still play a huge role in Russian society and Russian government, because that's just what it is. It's just like he controls them, but that's it. Like, you know what I mean? He could be anti, he could be pro. Like that. I don't think that's a factor here. They're there, and he controls them. I think that's really all I mean. Anyways, but yeah,
while
so
discussing how Israel lobby will make decisions in quote democratic USA. Well, I don't know if I really get the last point.
yeah, I'm saying this while discussing how Israel lobby will make decisions in democratic USA. Well, you don't think the Israeli lobby has influence is that what you're saying? Like you don't think they have influence here? I would.
I mean, the
very
quote
much
in the democratic. Anyway, we can look at the.
Yeah. So yeah, to you're saying like what is the question being asked? Who is more popular, Democratic Social or Dems in Congress?
Right. I mean, that's huge.
The difference is there.
Yeah.
The difference is there, right? And that's not a small difference. That's a massive difference. If it was like a 1-2 point difference, you would be like, okay. But this is like a fucking 13-point difference.
13-point difference is crazy.
Right. So the policies that the Democratic Socialists that are advocating for, which
it's because they don't stand for anything. I mean, we've discussed this
exactly
kind of ad nauseum at this point. But if you
exactly.
have no policies, you don't. I mean, other than Trump bad, and then and then kind of like back to what we were saying before, you have to give credit sometimes where it's due, or you at least have to attack it from an angle that makes sense. Like we said, like how unnecessary this was overall. You can't
Yeah.
come at it from like, you can't try to just attack the things in it really, because ultimately it gets us to our goal of ending this. And if that's not your goal, what are you doing? What are you doing being a Democrat? Like, what do you stand for?
Yeah, and like you said, I don't think you have to give credit. You don't necessarily have to give credit. Just attack it from the left. Like, look, we had a GCPOA. We got us what if no nuclear was an option, like then this was we already had that. You ripped it up.
Yeah.
We didn't
I
need
mean,
to go to war.
Yeah, by credit, I just mean like, is it a tool that could effectively end this? Then let's move forward.
Yeah.
Like,
But don't come at this like, well, oh no, this is really bad for America. No, it's not. This is great for America.
Yeah.
Like, this ends the war. Is that not what you want? You want to go
right,
to war. You
continuing
want to
the
continue the
war
war.
is bad for America. I mean,
Yeah.
we've
Right.
shown
Like,
this. I mean, especially since we're approaching all of these supposed deadlines of energy crisis deadline, food crisis deadlines that are coming up next month. Like,
yeah. And then you continue to harp on an issue that like most of America is not standing with you on, and is the issue of Israel. Like, right, like it's not a thing people want to see, and then you continue to ignore the public and just keep pushing on to the point where it's like you're completely dissociating. Whereas you look at the Democratic Socialists of America, somebody like Daria Lisa Chevalier, Avilia Chevalier in New York, she was at a rally on October 8th, right? A pro-Palestinian rally on October 8th. That's conviction. That's somebody that understands. She wasn't seeing the fucking future. She understood the history. She understood like where what the whole conception of a the whole conception of a imperialist colonizing project that Israel is, like what's happening and what is coming up next, right? Like, people that were familiar with that history very much knew what was going to happen. They saw the genocide coming a mile away, right? Somebody like me didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know the whole history of like what was happening in Palestine until October 7th, when I was like, oh shit, this is a big event that just happened. Like, what is happening here?
right.
And then like you go down the rabbit hole, and then you go,
And see, it's all just
oh,
been a house of cards, dominoes this whole time. That kind of,
exactly. So
Yeah, because I mean, once you look into it, it was very predictable.
exactly. And then Fox News and CNN and CBS, they're all like putting her name. I'm using just her as an example, but there's like a million Daria Lisas out there. Claire Valdez being one of them. Brad Lander being somebody that is a Jewish man. Obviously, he's very pro-Israel. But he understands like what Israel's doing is a wrong thing. He calls out the genocide, being a Jewish man. But all these news networks are showing, you know what I mean, like their tweets and saying like, oh well, they were at a rally on October 8th. Like, you think that makes them look bad in the people's eyes. It doesn't. It just goes like, oh, they knew about this. They had conviction about this the entire time. It's not something they just picked up a topic and they were just like, oh, this is a popular topic. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and they're just bandwagoning this. No. It shows that they were aware of what the whole truth was the entire time, right? And you want that in your politician. You want your politician to have convictions, and you want them to hold the conviction no matter what kind of pushback they might get, right? Like, as long as their morality is clear and as long as they stand at the moral center.
That's what people hate about our politics, period. It's that nobody stands for anything, and that you'll just say something to get votes and then not actually follow up. Like, that's why people like Graham Plattner, Zoran Mamdani have like such a huge pull and a huge following, because it's like, okay, you actually stand for something.
Exactly. And again, to mention some of the more prominent ones is Cory Booker.
Booker.
who does that little whole stunt on the floor of the Senate, and then the very next day doesn't file any bills, doesn't do anything, doesn't
Yeah.
support any cause, goes on a book tour. Right. Like that's the first thing he fucking does after he gets all this media buzz around him, and people look at that like, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, it's just
What did
grifty.
you
And
do? What is
yeah.
it like? You sound like a fucking sleazy merchant. That you sound like a car salesman, dude. Like we
Right.
know you're just selling us something. You're not doing anything for us. You're just trying to screw us over, right?
Yeah.
Like people don't like car salesmen because as soon as they walk into a car dealership, they go like, "Well, I'm about to get fleeced," right? Like,
Yeah, you feel like you're being accosted, right?
yeah. You're getting conned, and that's the feeling. And
Mhm.
I'll say the same thing again. Americans are notoriously fucking dumb, but they catch the vibe, right? Like, so when they see somebody like fucking Cory Booker doing this dumb shit, they go, hmm, I
Mhm.
don't believe you at all. You don't
Yeah.
believe you at all. Um, but anyways, we could watch, or do you want to end it? We're
Yeah,
past.
yeah, it's
We kind of covered it all. We don't even have to watch JD Vance. Just save us the torture. Um,
I
we kind of
mean,
covered everything I
we
wanted to cover.
talked about him a lot, so I think he,
Yeah,
we gave him his due, I guess.
his due. Yeah,
His
and
time.
but I guess to end the stream, just to say this is again a tentative deal, but I think this is a decent deal. Oh, I should mention this since it just popped up in my head. So Friends for Peace. You remember that Friends for Peace text message that I got?
Yes.
Got a message today.
Yeah.
Let's
About
see.
how
Let me read it.
horrible this is and
Let me
how
read it to
this
you.
deal will be the worst thing.
Hey Liz, hey, I'm Liz, checking back in. We'd love your take on the newly announced Iran peace deal. Do you have a moment to talk? I go, sure. I'm glad you're open to chatting. What's your reaction to the new U.S. Iran peace deal? I said, seems to me that's a okay deal. I'm waiting for the final announcements. No
Mhm.
response after that.
Interesting.
So I think it's a good deal. I think if it sticks, I think it's beneficial for both. It could be beneficial for both, depending on how it plays out.
Okay.
As it stands, I think it's a good shot. I think people of Iran can prosper, and the United States can focus on ourselves instead of all the wars.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Cuba's up next, um, and people of Gaza and Lebanon are about to face the wrath of the very angry Israel.
Yeah.
That's that. Uh, I got nothing else to say. You got anything?
All good.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Lazy, thank you for being here, doing the discussions, man. You seem like you're well versed, a lot more than I am, but hopefully we were able to answer some of your. Uh, okay, yeah,
Significant.
you don't know anything about Cuba. Um, anyways, thank you for stopping by. We are here every single Thursday, and we will see you guys probably next Thursday with the update on everything that's happening. Thank you.
Bye.